And we are live. Welcome to another episode of I Made Dumbass Titles and Thumbnails because I have no idea what to do. Today we have a little bit more of an idea of what to do. It's not what's on screen. That's just how I'm starting out because I feel like it's appropriate. Kind of. Cause I do have a plan. I'll just talk about it as we go. But also addressing the elephant in the room. Yes, I am streaming more than once a week. I don't know what's in the air. I think it's the medication. I think like okay. I do have something to promote. The first, well, it's not really a first chapter. It feels more like a chapter 0 kind of thing of my webcomic is out on Webtoon. I've been working on this one for a while. A lot of it is not like out there. I've been doing a lot of character design, a lot of stuff like that. And the first chapter is very short, but still I like put a lot of work into it and I'm already working on chapter 2. It's a whole thing. The link is in the description. And that's my plug for today. In all honesty, I don't think it will leave my description. Yeah, because I put a lot of work into it. I just want to like have it like one of my works to be in there. Also for today, I wanted to do a little bit more of an experiment of what content I do. Okay, what's the first roll? Okay. I can't be disappointed I didn't get my hopes up. After a few rounds, I don't know how many, of like Turf War, I'll be doing some React content. Stop booing. Stop it. Like, I get it. It's like, it's very like boring, very and I mean historically VTubers that do reactions, it's really a mixed bag for me. Cause like, I don't know, I don't watch I watch reaction content, just not from VTubers, cause it feels very, I don't know, mid, I would say. And some are even just downright not good for me. I'm not gonna say names, of course. But I will try my best to uphold reactors etiquette and make it fun, make it transformative, make it all that. I would say that like I have a set of rules when it comes to like, you know, reaction like etiquette, which like, for example, not skipping sponsors for your videos. Oh my god, not the first disconnect. Or like try not to, okay, like making like your reaction transformative enough for me is to not like exploit like, you know, free use, is to not not stay silent for too long, not repeat the words that are said in the video and don't describe what's happening. That's like not what I want to do. I don't know if like it'll go well, but I do have like a couple of videos prepared. Most of them are just light-hearted content, as far as I'm aware. It's from like creators that I already do know, already like. So that's another thing about like reactions etiquette in my book, is knowing the creator to some extent does good work and is, what's the word, okay. There is like a standard to uphold on what like creators you choose to promote on your stream. Also, yes, the link to those videos will be in the description after the VOD goes up. The reason I'm not doing it right now, even though I do have a set of videos prepared already, is because I'm not sure if I will do more than the set amount, because I might, and if so, I just want to go give credit in one like streak, you know? I need to focus on the game. Here's the thing, right? I do fine in like the actual game, but like if I'm trying to commentate and talk while I do it, it's not gonna work. That's just not how I operate. But look, it's fine. We're just having fun. And also like I perform worse when like I'm trying to commentate and talking, right? But also if I lose, I don't get as heated as when I forgot to jump, as when I'm like doing it by myself. Because sometimes I go on a lose streak and I feel like, oh my god, I'm gonna quit this game. But like if I'm on stream, I don't care as much, you know? It's just like distracting me, I guess. This angle here. There's so much. There's so much. What sub-weapon do it has? Is it worthwhile? I'm still not getting used to this weapon still, but you know. There's a blobber. Oh, there you go. It is worthwhile. Oh my god. I killed someone. That's nice. That would not stand in court. Oh yeah. I like got an idea to do like reaction videos, like streams. I'm not making these to be a highlight video, by the way. I already mentioned that I'm not like gonna do stream highlights of myself unless I like get someone to assist me, if you will. But yeah, these are gonna be streams and not anything more than that. Simply put, yeah. Who's there? Oh, it's a sniper. Okay. There's such a blobber having like a handful. Gone. Oh! Vending machine! I can't get him. I don't know the map well enough. Oh well. Okay. To be honest, like the random like assortment of videos I chose to react to, it's like exactly that. It's very random. And I'm not sure how well it's gonna do because of how random it is. There are some Pokemon ones and there are some about, I think one about the shark megalodon and the conspiracy theory that is still alive, which is like, because I know a creator that he's a zoologist, does really good content debunking animal conspiracy theories, and I haven't watched that one yet, so that was one on there too. Oh my god, I didn't get a fist bump. Oh, I'm so bummed. To be honest, I have no idea how long the stream is gonna be. Because like, I didn't really... Okay, I have some plans, but the problem is I didn't plan much, you know? There are just some. I think there are like 5 videos, which like lasts for about like 10 to 20 minutes per video. So we'll see. I'll just go for how, like, as long as I want. And to be honest, like streaming like this time probably isn't a good idea, considering that it's midday on a weekday. But my plan is to farm the the release of the bot, cause I kind of want to test things out again. Still in my experimental era at this point. Still, okay. You know what? I think we should just do it. I think that's fair, right? Like, wait, well, no, not Grisco. I don't want to do Salmon Run. It's strange, right? Cause like I love Salmon Run, but at the same time, it's like, ugh. God, is it annoying? Banner? Yippee. Okay. We are moving to the chatting screen so I can set up my YouTube thingy. Okay, you know what? I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about like doing wait. I changed my screen. I'm thinking about doing like adding more videos. There is 6, there's not 5, there's 6. Game theories on here. Oh, that it's there's 4 Pokemon related video. It's gonna be slightly slanted. Wait. I wanna make sure it's like proportioned properly. Let's see if it works. First, let's hide the Switch screen. Huh. Okay, it is on. Alright, this is what we're doing now. First video up is I created Immortal Pokemon by Asteroid Videos, really good creator. He does like really high, like I don't know, it feels very high production. It's really good. And let me check the audio real quick. You know what? Let's see. Let's increase it a little bit. Okay. We're good, we're good.
A year ago, I tried to make the world's most
But it's
powerful
not loud
Pokemon.
enough for me. But second, okay. What? We're doing it scuffed. This is the first time.
A year ago, I tried to make the world's most powerful Pokemon, a Pokemon so absurd that nothing in the game could even damage him.
I have not watched the
But
prequel.
it didn't work. It wasn't perfect. I did it! But now, things are different.
Holy hell.
Welcome to the world of losing Wi-Fi battles.
See, there is this one, like, the thing that cracks me up every time is this particular pose in every single, like, context is just standing in a very, like, straight but awkward manner. It, like, gets the giggles out of me. I don't know, man.
I'm not losing.
You are definitely losing.
No, we got this. We got... There we go.
My name is Frank, and I've given birth to Henry.
Oh
Yippee!
my God, he's really cool. That's insane.
I need people to start introducing themselves like that. My name is blank. I've given birth. That's too much to ask, but you know.
Everything about this Pokemon, the moves,
Why
the stats,
fire
down
type?
to every minute detail. There's
That's
gonna be
oddly
zero surprises.
specific.
I want you guys to do your absolute best
Wonder
to
Guard,
beat
yeah.
it. I don't, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't even know if it's possible. I genuinely don't think it's possible to beat. Henry has 8 moves.
Huh?
How's that even possible? Yeah, I was gonna say, how... Yeah.
How do you fit it there, though? Like, how do you... Okay, you know what? I'm gonna trust the process. I'm sure he does
How'd you do that?
something.
So, what are those moves? After using Burn Up,
Oh,
Henry
I
loses
get
fire
it.
typing,
He's
making
fire
him
type
typeless.
because he
After
loses
becomes
fire
typeless,
typing.
He has no weaknesses. Because he
Oh,
has no
yeah.
weaknesses, he is immune to every damage attack.
What the f***?
On top of Burn Up getting rid of his type, it's 250 base power, special fire type attack, hits everybody, never misses, +5 priority, crits and flinches guaranteed, it ignores sub and protect, hits 8 to 10 times in a row, makes Henry typeless. The one
Dude.
downside, I mean, I did want to go easy on you guys, is it can only be used once.
I think it's ridiculous enough that he has Wonder Guard and no type weaknesses. I mean, I get that it's trying to, like, do the thing where it's unbeatable. Dude, the fact that it hits, like, 8 to 10 times, flinches, like, it genuinely may be a bit overkill. I don't know. I'm trying to think of, like, a gimmick ability, a gimmick move that might get past this. Because I feel like, when it comes to an unbreakable wall like this, it's probably gonna be gimmick that costs, like, it to... Would Aftermath work? I don't know. There has to be an ability out there. I like genuinely think this is possible.
Oh my God.
This is insane.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, good luck. The strategy that we build needs to be perfect. It needs to be perfect. I'm just gonna be honest. Now, Burn Up
Ooh.
is still a fire type move, which I'm realizing there might be. Is there an ability that makes fire type like storm drain? Is there an ability
yeah.
that does that for fire?
Flash
type moves?
fire.
I don't think so.
Yeah, yeah.
My biggest thing is like I'm just gonna forget something. There's gonna be some stupid move. Some
That's what I'm thinking too, because
niche
gimmick
ability, or,
Pokemon are
Before
like
we talk about the other moves, please watch this
broken,
quick PSA.
kind of. Is it sponsor? It feels like a.
Huge guns production. Dude, I love that.
Oh my God! Stay away!
You can see the, like, green screen peeking, like when he pushes up against it. I'm going frame by frame is something else. I don't think
Oh my God! Stay!
you see it looks green screen. I genuinely am like, if I ever get like a green screen to film with, I would be shit scared of breaking it because, like, it's paper. I don't think I have the ability to sustain the lifespan of paper without, like, somehow making it
My
break.
family! Timmy, get the f*** out of here! Stop!
Where is this going?
Hello.
My name is Frank Gardisi, and this man just died.
Is it video quality? Hold up. What the fuck is going on? No, it's good.
Not know
There's
Henry's
3 of you
stats.
right now.
Today we're going to be going over Henry's stats. so you
Ah,
can avoid this in the
transition,
future.
yeah.
Now, from being the world's most powerful Pokemon, you would think
Okay. Side note, side tangent. Does it kind of look like he has a horse penis? I know that his tail. Like, I don't want to see it. That's the point, but like,
every
move on.
stat would just be maxed out. However, you could not be more wrong. I mean, look at yourself. You're sucking stupid juice.
You suck.
His HP, special attack, special defense, and speed are maxed
kinda
out.
look like
but
a
you might
face.
notice his attack stat is noticeably extremely low. This is because of the move Foul Play, which does more damage based on the opponent's attack stat. And seeing as Henry is exclusively a special attacker,
He is trying to
I
avoid
decided
gimmicks,
to
isn't
make
he?
the attack stat as low as it could possibly be. However, the defense stat is even lower. Now, I know what you're thinking,
Huh?
Dylan Hayes.
What the hell's that mean? Why me?
Oh, he's still looking.
I'm uncomfortable.
That's a long pause.
You're gonna take this whole thing?
Dude, I want to
You're
put
not
like,
gonna-
okay. This like makes me really miss PowerPoint presentations where you go just absolutely weird. Cuz oh my god, it's so it's so fun to have your friends just like react to your stupid bullshit. I wish I can do this. So, I it's not that I can't put together a PowerPoint presentation. Yeah, no.
Sure.
Did he pause it or is that? Oh, dude, this is crazy.
Is he just saying so? Oh,
Defense
okay.
stat is zero.
Jesus Christ.
That's a great
Stupidest bit you've ever done.
There's a stat overflow glitch in Sword and Shield where any stat that goes above 655 rotates back around to like 1, 2, 3, whatever. But if you have exactly 655 in a stat, it just goes to 0. And the game freaks out. It doesn't know what to do. So physical attacks will always do only 1 HP.
What?
There's
Oh
no amount of
my
choice
God.
bans for Swords Dance that will get him to take any more than 1
Okay,
HP.
so
on the
Aftermath
physical
wouldn't
side,
work,
we are
right?
pretty much
I
immortal.
don't know.
And that has been Henry's stats. Thank you.
Wow.
There's also Pyukumuku.
Stats is sponsored by Factor and viewers like you.
Oh, that's,
Oh, it is
I do like
sponsor.
Factor.
It's
I
because of them
fucking
that I
knew
can
it.
put so much time and effort
Thank
into
you
these
for
videos. So if
sponsor.
you want fresh, never frozen meals delivered straight to your door.
Okay,
every
pause for a
single-
second. I know people normally watching like YouTube videos on their free time skip sponsors. I will not do that out of course, courtesy for the original video creator. I feel like it's very rude to skip sponsors. I will just sit there and I don't know. I don't know if I would be able to commentate on the sponsor, because 9 times out of 10 it's a product that I can't get in my country. But I digress. Great sponsor. Thank you for sponsoring this wonderful creators and helping to create this wonderful video, I guess.
A week, I got a deal for you. Pick a number between 1 and 10,000. You got your number? Okay, double it. That's how much I've spent on delivery apps. With Factor, that number is 0. It's so convenient, man. Just being able to pop a 3-bean chili in the microwave, 2 minutes, and you are cooking with beans. It is just...
I mean,
Meal prepping
it
is hard.
sounds
I mean, you never
good.
know
I
how
don't
much
think
you're gonna
that like
need, right, when you're
exists
going
where I
grocery
am.
shopping, and you'll probably end up with excess.
man.
Factor takes out all the confusion. They just send you the food, and then you put it in the microwave, and then you eat the food. I mean, genuinely, it does not get right. Am I crazy? Was this before or after the incident? So head to factor75.com or click the link below and use code ASTEROID50 for 50% off your first order. You also get 2 free wellness shots included in every box. So that's kind of cool. Check it out. Watch now the video. The video is going to happen now. Let's talk about the rest of his moves. Spicy Sprite is Henry's main form of damage.
Ooh, I love Sprite.
So yeah, it's pretty similar to Burn Up in the fact that it always crits, always flinches, hits through sub and protect, 8 to 10.
So when he said this move only hits once, what he meant is there's another move that does the exact same thing without, you know, the losing typing mechanic that you can use more than once.
Times, just the
Yada, yada, yada.
most disgusting damage move you could possibly think of. The main differences are the fact that it can be used more than once, so that's kind of exciting.
Oh yeah, I was right.
Oh man, they both had a focus sash. If only we could hit them again. Then he goes in for the double dip. We might literally be able
That's
to just click
disgusting.
this. Because I mean, like, how do they like? Okay, let's think about it. How do they block this move? Being a priority spread move, it can't be blocked by psychic terrain or similar priority blocking abilities. Base power is a dark type attack special, so there's no iron barbs, no physical contact, no.
Okay, let's look at it. Defrost hits 8 to 10 times in a row and never misses. Priority hits everyone. Crits and flinches guaranteed. Ignore sub and protect. Ooh, yeah, that's like the same thing as the first one, just repeatable.
Never misses, +5 priority.
It's a gimmick for sure.
Then okay, so they know it's a spread move. They bring wide guard, which wide guard I'm pretty sure you can use consecutively. So like, I need to also bring a single target. Say that move, but then okay. What if they? But then that move.
Oh yeah,
Priority.
because of how balanced
I think my
Pokemon
problem
is, it's really hard.
I think, or in my head, since I'm trying to prep for everything in the game, I'm assuming I'm going up against everything in the game. Which it's just not true. What we need to do, instead of focusing on countering every possible combination, is we need to focus on just creating a closed loop. I know whatever I bring is going to determine what they bring. If I bring priority, they're going to bring Psychic Surge. If I bring moves that flinch, they're going to bring Inner Focus. My moves need to be varied enough to where they can't shut down the whole operation. I need to make sure I can handle things like Aftermath, like Wide Guard.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I bring up. Because Aftermath deals damage after you faint. And I think I'm pretty sure Pikumuku does a similar thing. It's like called Innards Out or something like that. I'm pretty sure if like something would get an unkillable Pokemon, it will be a gimmick ability. Or a move, I don't know. But like, because of how like balanced Pokemon has come to be, I don't think it's gonna be actually impossible to kill.
Prankster, Psychic Terrain, Skill Swap, things like neutralizing
gas.
gas.
Skill Swap is gonna be weird.
What else was I gonna say? I had something else.
Here, I'll fill the time while you think.
Why does he have that on hand?
Next move is called Forest Nut.
Of course you would like to do that.
Yep. I'm not surprised.
Now, Forest Nut is Henry's one and only healing move. Heals 25% of his HP.
So I
heals every single
assume that Innards Out or Aftermath will not kill Henry, so he still heals, so that's tough. Even if like to Pikumuku or Drifblim, I think is the Pokemon that gets Aftermath, dies at the same time, I don't think it kills still.
status. If he's paralyzed or burned or whatever, it'll get rid of that. Henry has never used this move. He's never needed to.
Oh, that's fair.
Fair, yeah.
This is the debuff beam.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Oh,
it's
Z
Zygarde's
move.
Oh, it's so cool.
Debuff beam is here for one reason and one reason only. It is only here for fucking Pikumuku.
Dang it. Oh, dang it. My intellect was blocked.
Oh.
That was my way of winning. Never mind.
You're not getting me with that again. You're not getting me with that again.
Yukamuku, now the question is. All he has to do is come in, enters out, he gets hit, and so do you.
Exactly.
Literally, that's all it is. So the way the ability works is whatever HP it had left before it dies, it'll do that damage to the opponent. But the thing is, the max amount of damage it can do when it gets knocked out is, what, 304? Whoa, it's actually a lot. 314 HP. Is that real if you knock it out from full? If they bring a bunch of Pikumuku that are just maxed out HP, after 3 Pikumuku, I would die. Dude,
I mean, if you kill 2 and then you Forest Nut, wouldn't that kind of... I don't know. Wait, I wasn't focusing on how much Forest Nut heals, but like, I mean, if it's maxed out and has HP, you will still survive too, I assume.
So annoying. Are you kidding me? What a stupid fucking Pokemon. And there's just nothing, like, what do I even do to stop that? Does damage to its opponent equal to the amount of HP it had left before fainted through direct damage. So yeah, we would have to use like status to get around it. Or I can't just click a status move the whole battle, because that gives them too much time to do whatever they want. Oh my god, I just remembered Perish Song exists.
Oh
Countering
yeah,
Perish
Perish
Song
Song.
and Destiny Bond on their own is easy.
Because
I mean, really, we
Yeah.
just click damage. We just click our kill button and they die. They'll never get the chance to do it. So that on its own is not the problem. Truly, genuinely, the problem is fucking Pyukamuku. Him just existing
I love
makes it so we
Pyukamuku.
can't
So
do
adorable.
that, which then opens the door to Power Song and Destiny Bond. We need a move that can indirectly kill every Pokemon and also subdue
Why
them.
would you do this
so they
to
can't
yourself,
do
genuinely?
anything in the meantime. It is technically a special attack, so it'll do like 1 HP, but the only reason why I did that is so I could have it flinch guaranteed. It's a flying type move. It indirectly kills.
Okay, well, like my idea right now is probably skill swap, but because it like showed up on Frank's board earlier, I don't think it's gonna be the answer. Maybe it can skill swap Wonder Guard, which I don't know. I feel like the solution there has to be getting around Wonder Guard somehow.
Kills Pokemon. It inflicts permanent curse on every Pokemon in the field.
Damn.
And that's the way that it indirectly kills.
How many PP?
Oh, I think it's 48. 48 PP. But yeah, I don't think you're going to be able to stall him. I'll just be honest.
It's a lot of PP.
48 times 4? Or no, he has 8 moves.
He's got 8, yeah.
How did you even do that?
I'm just good at the game, Dylan.
Wait, if it's Sword and Shield, I think the 8 moves are Dynamax moves. Cause it's probably Dynamax
I'll
moves.
tell you. I'm pretty sure I thought of every possible counter. I would be shocked. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I don't even know if you guys understand.
Genuinely a lot of work.
Burn down.
And like it would be kind of low key sad if like there is a loophole, which I'm pretty sure there is. Like there has to be something there.
4 Dynamax moves.
So when
Yeah,
he's
I was right, this is
Dynamax,
Dynamax
he gets
moves.
access to Burn Down. Burn Down is actually his only single target non-priority move. I don't think you guys are gonna find a way to shut down priority, but just in case you do,
It's for White Guard, isn't
whoops,
it?
it's my turn.
God, I hate this move.
Hits 18 to 25 times.
That's a goddamn
Now
lot.
with Debuff Hurricane. Don't even think about using a quirky status move on Henry. With permanent taunt and -6 accuracy, you won't be doing
Ooh.
much. And last move is just max guard.
Yeah, that's fair.
Just regular.
That's valid.
Anyways, Henry's here to kick ass and take names, and he's all at ass.
What does his sentence mean? Hold up. Bring it back up. No, never mind. Don't bring it back up. I don't have any, like,
Okay.
quips to
Take
make
this time
about
to
this
prep.
one.
So he's here to kick.
Oh! Because he's all out of... Yeah. Damn it, that should have been my joke.
We don't really know what he's here to do. I'm gonna be honest.
You have like a document of something.
I'm so glad you asked.
He made booklets?
Get to know Henry.
This is the most adorable
Oh my god,
thing
that's
ever.
actually
so
surfing!
Things just got bigger.
Oh my god.
was really proud of
That's so adorable.
Thanks.
I think the way to win this, we have to force him to go for certain moves with having a certain combination of Mons in.
Yeah.
If Pyukamuku's out there, it's perfect because then we can maybe use him as a decoy for him to go.
Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
because then he might go for debuff beam. Well, everything like flinching. So that's the.
Oh, that's
We can bring inner focus.
Prankster. Never misses, flinches every time, ignores silver to protect,
But
defrost.
Prankster is only +1 priority.
Is it only +1?
Yeah.
That's stupid.
I'll tell you-
Prankster should give, like, as an ability, I get that, like, it's already good. But, like, if it's only gonna give +1, right? Like, I feel like being an entire ability, I feel it should be more than +1. That's like the whole gimmick. His status move goes first and whatnot.
Yeah,
Right?
that's what I'm
So
thinking.
he'll go for the debuff beam. He won't go for anything else because anything else is going to hurt him.
Yeah.
Okay?
But then, like, he kind of knows that you only brought one Pyukamuku. So I feel like that's a bit of, like, it wouldn't work, right? He would just click the damage button because, like, one Pyukamuku is not enough to, like, make a big enough dent in his, like, massive
And
HP.
then what we need to do is the other Pokemon on the field needs to try to get a Toxic off.
Yeah.
That has inner focus. So the first thing I think of is like what Pokemon has inner focus.
Yeah, inner focus.
But Forza does cure every status move. So if he debuffs Beam, And oh no, if he doesn't debuff him at all, he's just like, okay, Pikumuku is not that big of a deal, then kills it. But like if he goes for a debuff beam, they got the toxic off, Henry would just forest nut.
Toxic.
Crits and flinches can be prevented, but there's nothing that'll like stop me from going for the move. You know what I mean? So like there's no reason not to make everything crit and flinch. And that'll also put them in a tight spot where like they need to run inner focus. And like how many Pokemon get inner focus? It's like not a lot, which means the pool of Pokemon they're going to be able to use is pretty limited.
Is there an item that helps you not flinch? The Covert Cloak.
That's
And
in
guess
Scarlet
what?
Violet. Yep.
Right. It's not in the game.
Scarlet and
Yeah.
Violet. This is gonna be in Sword and Shield.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Dang it. Inner focus.
Yeah, I think that's a good lead because that way we're at least getting something off.
Because like the thing is, okay, if he goes and he wipes out Pyukamuku, right? He's gonna take a lot of damage, right? No matter what.
Yeah, no matter what. He's either, I mean, poison's gonna stack up or
And
he gets
then
that.
essentially what we would do is we would both die, right?
Yeah.
So then, if we just did that same thing again.
Yeah.
Wait, so it's jungle healing, does it
Yep.
boost evasion by 6?
Oh wait, I forgot. He
Ooh,
can heal
evasion.
stat and
That's
status.
bad.
True, so toxics aren't really gonna do anything.
But that's the thing. We can still force him into a forest curse the second turn.
At this point in time, he has Wonder Guard, so it'd be great if we could make him get rid of that.
I mean, we could get Wonder Guard from him.
We could bring neutralizing gas too.
Oh,
yeah, we could do that. Or, I mean, we do, I don't know what.
I don't
what
think
move it's
neutralizing
called,
gas
but you
will
can
work on Wonder Guard. I'm not sure.
ability swap.
Skill swap. So we could bring.
I feel like that
to
would
get
break
rid of
balance
Wonder
a
Guard
bit
turn 1, 'cause it's
too
not gonna
much.
burn up.
And then you can't flinch S.
Yeah,
Because
it's
Wonder
gas
Guard
on
is not on
advantage.
the same
Yes,
level
yeah,
as
so
We're
like
either gonna do a crap ton of damage,
any ability.
or he's gonna lose Wonder Guard. It's one of the two. So if
Yeah.
we do that in the very beginning, I think that's our best.
Yeah,
play.
I think that's it, because then Alakazam gets Wonder Guard, which then forces him into 2 moves, one of his Dark type moves, if he wants to get rid of them.
True. I
that
didn't
mean-
even think about we would get Wonder
Yeah,
Guard.
we would get Wonder Guard, so that means he would have to go for one of his Dark type moves, because they don't. Yeah, it's
But
all,
I mean, like, if you get a Pokemon that has a typing that he doesn't have super effective moves against, I feel like it's better. Cause wait, what Pokemon gets? The move is like the ability they're trying to go for is pretty sure, skill swap, which I'm not sure
all he
how
has
many
here.
Pokemon gets.
Oh, I
but-
wish we had Terra, bro. Oh my god, we did that. Terra,
Oh,
we win.
yeah.
Can't do anything.
Yeah, literally, that would be the best play we could do.
I mean, what if there's like a move that they use
Okay,
to...
weird side tangent. His ear, I have like the same type of thing where like there's a protruding there, like make it like sharp. Kind of feels kind of odd seeing someone with like the same like type
That
of
would
ear.
be the best play we could do.
I mean, what if there's like a move that they use to... Like, what if they imprison? Oh my god, dude, if they know my moves... Oh, this is so f***ed. It's actually... I thought I had this. I don't think I have this.
Wait, skill swap fails if either Pokemon has Wonder Guard.
Oh, I knew it. I knew it wouldn't
This
work.
messed everything
Yeah,
up.
it wouldn't work.
Oh boy. All right.
Is there
Trace would.
anything that
I
gets,
mean,
like,
if skill swap doesn't work, I don't know if Trace will work.
or Fissure, and we just pray we hit. That's a luck. Though.
Yeah, but I mean,
Oh, yeah.
if we
Like,
land
well,
it, you
we-
win.
Yeah, well, we win.
Can we even sheer cold a Wonder Guard Mon if it's technically not super effective?
No, that's why we would. That was
Oh,
why
yeah.
the plan was to lead Pyukamuku, make him debuff beam, inner focus, skill swap. He gets rid of that, then we kill with sheer cold.
We can't skill swap. We need to be mold breaker than the beginning.
Yeah, but then we're just gonna get flinched.
Oh, that's right. 'cause
Oh,
we need to
yeah.
focus. Yeah. No,
9.
definitely. Yeah.
If this was Gen 9, we could do it.
Yeah.
Exit drill has horn drill, and that would get rid of it. We'd be able to hit. That's about the only one.
So.
But we'd just be flinched. I mean, and we're not.
Wait.
gonna
Oh, debuff him off. Yeah, he flinches as well. That's so fucking annoying.
We can land Fissure if he doesn't burn up.
But like, why wouldn't like?
I love how, like, if this does work, Frank cannot, for the life of him,
I do not think this
create
works.
the most broken Pokemon.
Yeah.
Because I think he just kills
can't do
Pokumuku.
it.
It's not
I
that
have to
big
go for
damage. He
debuff
can
beam,
heal.
right? I mean, I guess like here's the thing. I could go. They only brought one Pyukamuku. I actually probably could go for another move because.
See? Exactly, because like I feel like that's fair.
We go, Fisher.
How's my favorite trash can?
Thank you. I am truly honored to be a favorite trash can.
We see we kill.
I'm doing
maybe
great.
I'll risk the damage and just try to get.
I don't think
both
this will
of
work.
That's what
Like-
he might do that. He
Yeah.
really might just go for the burn up and kill us because he's like, yo, it's only one Pyukamuku. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah,
It's
he's
not
like,
gonna-
he's like, this is probably their only shot, like taking me down fast. So he might just go for it.
Yeah, that's if not that. Yeah. He survives one Pyukamuku.
I'm trying to think. My brain. Because we're stuck.
And because he already burned up, now he has a Wonder Guard.
Immune to flinching. But
Oh,
we couldn't
true.
use
And,
Fissure or
you know,
anything. It would do.
No type
Yeah,
weaknesses.
it would have if we
We
died.
can't hit him with a regular attack. There's no point.
Yeah, no, there's no point, yeah.
We have to kill him with
With an ability or just one
ability
shot
or
one
a
shot.
one-hit KO.
Yeah.
Fisher and charcoal.
We could wait. We can do Trace to get his Wonder Guard into something. What
Does
would we want
Trace work,
If we
though? 'Cause
trace
I feel
something that
like
he
it
can't hit us with,
wouldn't.
That'd be nuts.
Gardevoir couldn't hit us with Dark.
It has to be a
Fire.
Trace Mon that doesn't have a type weakness that like Henry has a move for. I feel like Porygon, right? Does Porygon get Trace? I don't know, but like he doesn't have a fighting move. He has like Dark, Fire.
Is this a fight for best poke trainer? OWO.
I mean, sure. I'm just reacting to people. I can't do that. I'm just.
Yeah, he couldn't hit us with
Yeah,
anything.
or Porygon. I mean, Porygon's work too.
Oh yeah. Porygon
he's
does
not
get
fighting.
Trace.
If we do that, he has to try to get a curse on us then.
I don't even
Oh,
think
debuff beam,
I guess,
the
yeah, you
permanent
would
curse.
do that.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah. Dang. So that wouldn't really work. Because I don't even know what Porygon
Yeah, because that's a stat. Yeah, because that's stat.
No. Because debuff beam isn't a status move because it can't be to work for Pyukamuku. It's a special attack, right?
That's yeah, because debuff is just a status move. Oh wait, no. Debuff is not a status move.
See?
So that wouldn't work.
Oh my god,
I'm sorry. Oh no.
We can
I feel so
break
bad.
with, like,
Frank like
Pearl
poured his entire life
Oh
into
my
it.
40
god.
PPs.
Yeah.
And just stall him out.
Yeah.
And then he can't attack. He's gonna hit himself. And we win.
Wait, no, this is wait. Oh wait, okay. Before we fucking commit to this, can Trace?
Wait,
Can you
yeah.
trace Wonder Guard? Because we might not be. Yeah, we might be stupid.
But it can be traced.
Oh, let's fucking go.
So,
Pokemon is like an impressive.
So like the strategy, like if we were to like do that, so we just bring moves with extremely high PP, and then we just keep going until Henry runs out of moves and starts struggling. I assume is like the angle here. Oh, that's interesting.
balanced game. I know maybe some people will disagree with me on that. I mean, you have things like Urshifu and whatever. Clearly there are some Pokemon that are busted. But there's always a move. There's always an ability. There's always something that can counter whatever you have, even if you are creating the world's strongest Pokemon.
Oh my god.
It's it as well.
I feel so bad.
There it is.
Oh no.
That's so funny, dude.
You actually can't win. There's
Yeah.
no way you can win. If it makes you feel better, there is not another single way to kill this thing.
Oh, dude, I looked through a lot. We are going through all
went
the
through
abilities.
everything.
We could install in Violet with things like Terra, the covert cloak that prevents flinching.
I just wonder, like, I'm trying to figure out. I don't even think there was a way I could have prevented that. Because, like, what is. I would have to have a super effective move for every Trace Pokemon.
If your wind curse thing was a status move, we couldn't
It
do
can
it.
be
No,
says
because
for
the reason
Pokemon.
why I made it special is because you can't get status moves to flinch.
Yeah.
And I thought I needed. And also, I feel like if that move doesn't flinch, I think there's going to be
There's
holes somewhere
yep,
else.
for
You
like
know what I mean?
Parasol.
Like
Yeah.
that move
Or
kind
the
of has
Snee
to flinch.
Bond.
I could make burn up fighting, but I can only use it once.
Oh, true.
Oh.
Ooh.
It's tough.
There's got to
It's
be a way
really
though
tough.
that you can cover all your bases.
I
Like,
feel
you're so close.
I know. I genuinely feel like it's so hard because there's just so many. Like, I did not even think of Trace. That was not even on my mind. I prepped for quick guard. I prepped for wide guard. I prepped for God, like Wonder Guard Shinja. I prepped for fucking like map block and shit. Like
Crazy.
everything.
I think there might always be an opening somewhere.
Yeah, that's
There's
like
got to
something.
be a way to
the
shut them all
thing.
though.
Because it's
Gotta
very
be
balanced.
I mean, I think this is the closest you're
There's
gonna
always a
get,
gimmick.
but then
I mean, or the other option is just don't run Wonder Guard.
what
What
else
would you run then? You could bring neutralizing gas.
Then you just attack.
Then you
I
just
would-
attack.
I would just go full offense.
Yeah.
Man, people
I mean, I
going
don't know if
hard on
there's any.
Pokemon.
That probably opens
Meanwhile, I
something
just
else up,
overlevel
but-
my
Well,
one
my thing is
starter and clear the whole game with one Pokemon.
No, look, literally everyone does that. Because, like, I feel like in every Pokemon game I play, it's always a starter that I ended up overleveling. And then the rest is just kind of just there. Because, Pokemon is not a hard game. It's meant for children. I think that's fair. That's why content like these kind of exists to, deepen it, to make more stuff out of it that, like, uses more of its mechanics and its interesting gimmicks and stuff. Because Pokemon in itself, you wouldn't normally care about Pokemon like Pyukumuku or, you know, like Porygon with like Trace. This is I feel very interested in what like their true potential against like, because it's always a gimmick Pokemon that gets like things like these. If you make a Pokemon, try to make it like truly like unhittable, literally making it have Wonder Guard, no attack hits, there's gonna be a way, and that's really interesting and really fun to like
I am
figure out.
insanely bad at Pokemon, but he'll forever blame the game and not myself because I am petty.
That's very fair. But I will say though, sometimes blaming the game is right. When I like did my first playthrough of Pokemon, I don't know if it's Violet or Scarlet, there was this Team Star base, the fighting one, and like I finished the whole thing. It was a cutscene and then the game crashed. Like, I did the entire Team Starbase. I was very sweaty. I worked very hard. It was a very hard fight. And then the game crashes, and I'm like, well, guess I'll fucking die.
Oh, then they can't, but then they can't do psychic terrain. Then they can't do the innards out.
Oh, true. Yeah, you don't have.
Oh,
any-
yeah, if you bring neutralizing
down.
gas, literally Pyukumuku wouldn't be a problem in the first place. I think it was just like, the idea of bringing Wonder Guard is more appealing because it's like the gimmick ability.
Inners out.
Yeah, that's my point. So you wouldn't even need it, and you don't have to worry about priority. You can make everything priority because they can't bring out a psychic terrain.
Oh yeah, neutralizing that way.
Yeah.
I could run one move and neutralizing gas.
Yeah.
Neutralizing gas, like as long as you're going priority, guaranteed flinch, guaranteed kill, like you kill everything. There's nothing they can do.
There's more? I guess he did pour his like life works into this.
Batman can take out anybody. So can I.
Are you trying to?
Okay, so he
what,
did
rage
bring
powder.
neutralize.
Is that what I'm seeing right here? Is that what I'm seeing on the screen right now?
What? Where would you even get the thought? No. Who would you attack?
Everybody. His move hits everybody.
Yo, remember when I was saying I was Batman?
Yeah.
I was playing around.
So
I was just being mad.
dude, I love the way Nintendo panics. Oh.
Silly. It's all good though, because I'm gonna live. Surely.
Now, Frank, I did the calcs. You sent me that lovely brochure, and I have deduced that this
Also,
is
he
the
did
most
send the
specially
brochure.
bulky Pokemon in the entire
That's
world.
so
It's
good.
AV Blissey Dynamax. I want to see how it takes it.
It hits
Oh,
like
nice focus
8
sash.
times, right?
Surely that's not gonna backfire.
Focus Band! No way! You're not strong or knowledgeable, but you're so obese that maybe. I don't think you're maybe.
Blissey is not gonna, Blissey is not gonna live. But the idea of Blissey being so obese that it works is so funny to me. I kind of wish it did.
Oh, I made the most powerful Pokemon. I'm gonna beat up these toddlers. Yeah, real cool, Frank. Real cool. You got your lunch money back. And what they do?
I love how the last resort that you guys had was just make me feel bad. That was the
Well,
only
yeah.
like the only way you win is if I hold back.
Well, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, Will.
You feel good
Dude,
about yourself?
I will not
Murder the
beat
children,
up
Frank. Do
like
it.
snob.
Morally, I'm so conflicted. Is what I would say if I was lying.
Do you have any moves that only attack one side?
I do,
Yes.
but
So do it.
why would
do
I
it.
do
Let's
that?
go.
What's the? I want to see the nut move.
I mean, it's
The
gonna
nut
fail
move?
because
Oh,
I
the
have so
healing
much
one.
HP.
Yeah, force
No,
not.
but
it's
doesn't it
really
still
gonna-
doesn't it still go off?
I mean, I could try. I don't actually know. I could try.
All right, try it.
Okay,
Go ahead.
you are playing a mental game right now.
Everyone
No,
is trying to get him
this
to
is
use the
fight or
healing
flight,
move.
Baby. This
Because
is the jungle. Welcome to the jungle.
objectively, the best play is Spicy Sprite
No,
right now.
don't go. Sometimes you gotta put the Sprite down, grab a Coke. Here's what you're gonna do. Just attack the fucking mushroom.
I'm not gonna lie, the Blissey was actually smart.
What?
I'm sorry, what? I give you one chance. I give you one. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, you're real funny.
All right, yeah. Max Gardens.
Oh, I know what he's doing. That's.
What? Just
I don't think
you're
it's gonna
try
land
to
my turn.
find your
I don't
goal?
think he's that lucky.
No. Honestly, no.
Fuck you. Fuck you. You know what happens when you betray my trust?
Force nut. All right, that's good. Just do me a favor, real quick. Just do me a real quick favor. I'm gonna need you to just go for the force nut one more time. Trust me, there's
Dude,
a
I'm
new
gonna
strategy
piss
I came
myself.
up with.
Okay, not gonna lie. I think eventually he will land the sheer cold, but I think it's gonna be like a good 3-4 attempt. Dude, the fact that this is a strategy, like, it's reasonable. I think that's the only like possible like angle here.
No, seriously, dude. I just came up with a new strategy, but you can't.
Okay.
You gotta indulge me.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. Thank you.
For sure.
I really appreciate the indulging. Yo, real quick. No, because you know what it was? The sun was out.
Yeah,
Wide
yeah,
lens
yeah.
really ain't doing shit right now. That's kind of crazy. Force not, okay? Wait for it. All right. Yo. All right. Give me one
Yo,
more.
enough with the
Sorry.
fake.
I'm like, okay, I do know that I did mention having good reaction YouTuber etiquette to not, not commentate for too long. You're exploiting free use. You're trying to make it transformative, but like, oh, it's just funny.
Favors. Enough with the favors.
No, just one more time. Trust me, the next one's good.
Oh my god, it landed.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
Okay, I'm not gonna watch that one because I'm pretty sure the next video in line is also it's from Frank again. I created the most annoying Pokemon. I feel like it's a successor for me in my heart. I don't know if it's sequel, prequel. I don't know. It sounds funny.
We're making enemies today. You're paralyzed, confused, attracted with -6 accuracy and Truon. Who could have possibly done this?
Wait, is that a
It's
middle
a
finger?
metronome middle finger. Oh my god, that's amazing.
Now, there's two main pillars to this. There's the
There's two of him. Look, he did the YouTuber thing.
design, which we have
Not
to make.
gonna lie, I feel like if like I wasn't like familiar with how Frank looks, genuinely I would think there's two people there.
As annoying as possible.
I
And
don't
then
know,
also
just
the
like
actual
the
way it
hat
operates,
being
right?
there,
Like the moves
I
and
feel like
mechanics
it's a
and
different
ability,
person.
Like all that, we have to also iron out. Hear me out. I'm imagining like he's got like a nose and he's got like eyes. He's kind of cute.
Diglett.
No, he can't be cute. Hang on.
What if this Pokemon just literally couldn't do damage?
A status move only.
Because then you know he is just there to waste your time. We'll give him like the worst stats, and then we'll just give him like every status in the game that makes him just the hardest Pokemon to deal with. Because that's really what we're making, is we're making an obstacle.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I looked at this baby and actually got pissed off.
Dude, that's so fair. This picture of this baby, genuinely.
Yeah. Okay, dude. The Pokemon needs to look like this. It needs to look like this child. The human
It's his
teeth is
fucking
insane. Ah,
I don't know how to feel. I don't know how to feel.
Oh, that's like a stress ball. I feel uncomfortable. Why the unibrow though? Like, I feel like it's giving off like a different vibe from that baby, but I feel like the annoyingness kind of, I don't know.
Does it piss me off? I'm just trying to like get the vibe, right? Like he looks like he's killed
He's just
someone.
kind of
We can't
funny.
go too far with it. Like, okay, say for example, we have a move that's max priority, always flinches every single turn. Yeah, that would maybe be frustrating, but it wouldn't be the most frustrating thing because the person who I'm facing would accept. They'd be like, oh, well, there's just nothing I can do. So I feel like we have to be very careful with how far we go with this, because if it becomes all but well, but also like fuck it, like let's have fun.
Get Fucked is a new move that lowers their accuracy by 3 and flinches every single turn. And if you call right now, you'll get a copy of RNG Beam, which does
I can't click it. Oh man.
the same thing. The same, except with para. It just paralyzes and then also lowers accuracy. Whatever, man.
I wonder, like, cause we're seeing the final product of the model here. I wonder when the clown head and the hands and the feet came into play. Like, obviously the human teeth stayed, the eyes stayed, kind of.
Just buy it. I don't know. 2 things. 1, I'm a real YouTuber now. 2, it is completely unrelated, but this video is sponsored by Raid Shadowland. Hey,
I'm not.
Don't you dare!
I'm not skipping sponsor. I can't do that. That's rude. I will be very honest. I don't like just gacha games in general, but Raid just doesn't appeal to me. I guess I've never played it. I can't say anything about it. I'm just gonna listen in silence. You know what? I'll get a snack break. I want to eat a piece of chocolate.
It's got the
I know what you're
Pomni
thinking.
hat.
It's actually a sick
Pomni
game.
hat.
There's so many
yeah.
misconceptions with this game
Dude,
that they need
genuinely,
to-
okay, side note, Pomni has ruined, like, what, like, cause Digital Circus, I've only watched the 1 episode. I haven't gotten around to watch the second one yet. But the thing is, like, how content farms got like a hold of this show ruined how Pomni looks and every single character in the show. I see it and I go, ugh. I don't know if how many people have seen this one, but there's like a lot of like content farms that like put Pomni in compromising positions, gives her boobs and ass, and I feel very uncomfortable.
Me to step up and tell the truth. They say there's no depth or strategy. Are they? Can I say that?
I don't know what word was censored.
I'm gonna. There's over 800 champions, PvP, PvE. You have stats for all those champions. You have look at this list of just stat buffs and debuffs, dude. And they do have an auto mode, so you can just click it and let it play for you, which is nice if you're trying to grind through like early game areas and all that.
And bad actors have been talking about the pay to win.
I have to laugh. But no, yeah, I mean, I got pretty far. I didn't have to pay for anything, and I don't know, it's fun. It's cool. So click the link in the description or scan my QR code if you want to get a free starter pack plus the boss killer Juliana. Also, my tag is Frank6. So go ahead, join my clan. There's 5 other Franks. We have to hunt them down. Thank you, Raid. Appreciate it. Back to the video. Oh my god, he makes you want to punch a wall. I think...
That is true. It does give you that urge, doesn't it? Also, I just realized now that I'm chewing my chocolate, I have no water. Give me a second.
How do we make this look like a Pokemon?
Wait.
Honestly, I think that's my biggest issue with it. The fact that it doesn't look like a Pokemon
2 seconds,
at all.
genuinely,
Like, not
2
even,
seconds.
Not
Okay, I'm done.
even a little bit. And, maybe it's my own...
Yeah, cause like, okay. What Frank was saying here, I think was, it doesn't look like a Pokemon. Yeah, maybe it's a human teeth. Look, Frank is trying really hard. He's doing great work. The fact that, like, of course it's not gonna look like a Pokemon. Look at it.
You might as well put up your own raid sponsor, AdBreak
No, I'm not gonna do that because they're not paying me. They're paying the person I'm reacting to. And Yes, I can't do a raid sponsor because I don't know how to promote shit, but mainly because I'm not monetized. It wouldn't really work.
It's like a Pokemon at all. Like not
That's like a bar for sponsors. You have to at least be monetized in my book.
not even a little bit. And you know, maybe it's my own real life mouth.
Yeah, maybe that's like the
giving
thing that
feeling.
makes it not
Or maybe it's
Pokemon,
the
you know?
drawn on eyes, or maybe it's the fact that none of this makes any goddamn sense.
It
But I
doesn't,
think it just
but I
needs-
feel like it adds to it. If you're trying to make a Pokemon look annoying, it's supposed to also kind of look confusing.
it's like a Pokemon
At least, like, in my
element,
mind.
like something that makes it look. I mean, it feels more like a Pokemon, but not like.
I feel like with like this mouth, it kind of looks like what's the word? Like Monsters Inc. My Singing Monsters kind of aesthetic. I feel like this is not annoying. This is just ugly. Like with its real human
oh, right, I
teeth.
forgot it's YouTube. It's a lot harder to monetize, right?
It's a lot harder to grow as a streamer. I don't think. Yes, I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure it is. But it works very differently from Twitch. It's harder to monetize. It's also great in benefits in some kind, in some like aspects. Is what I meant. Yeah, you
it
forgot
feels more
that
like a Pokemon,
I
but not
chose
like-
the streaming like service where like it doesn't focuses on streaming, just posting videos. But that's not the point.
But not like that. Not like that.
Yeah.
No, we gotta.
I
keep
feel
it.
like the
And then obviously we have
nonsensical
confusion
scribbles,
and infatuation.
not gonna
We definitely
lie,
gotta do something with
it's
those. Honestly, the
adding
longer
to
the battle
how
goes,
pissed
the
off I
better.
get
we
looking
need
at
this
this.
to be like a good 40-minute battle.
Dude.
Maybe we could give it like a tail or something, and like feet, maybe. Okay.
How are you gonna
Doesn't
give
file
it
his
like?
Wait, what do we name him? Most hated baby names: Bertha.
Okay. Okay. What is this? Okay, Bertha, Hunter, Madison, very normal. Navaye. Okay, these are all very relatively normal names. McKenna is not normal, but it's I still like have heard of it. What? This list is so like unhinged. Okay, also side note about this, I was making thumbnails for this video and like I I look up like one-liners so I can put in my thumbnail, and like some websites just give you like just a sentence, like a statement that isn't a joke, a one-liner or anything. It's just there in like sandwich between like quippy, like quirky kind of like one-liners, which I'm very confused about. They're trying to fill they're trying to like reach their goal.
Hunter, Madison. Sorry if you're any of these. Tristan.
Dude, Tristan is such a name that you give to like a future like dude, bro. Tristan is like the kind of guy to tell you that you're being dramatic like after he like punches you. Like Tristan, look, if you're Tristan, you're great, whatever. But like the name itself carries a reputation of being a jock. Like I think it maybe like exists as a subconscious kind of thing because of like movies and media. But Tristan, like I have a picture of Tristan in my head.
Oh my god, yeah, he's a Tristan. If
Yeah.
your name is Tristan, I'm sure you're not annoying. I'm sure you're fine. But historically,
He's like a lacrosse player. Sorry, I'll stop. I'm slandering, like I'm potentially shutting out my potential audience in the Tristan niche.
Tristan. Yeah, okay, no, yeah, Tristan's looking good. Well, okay, there's a couple of graphical tweaks you have to make. I think the tail is a good ad. I think once we give him like some arms
Yeah,
and legs,
it
I
does
think
kind of look more
it'll-
like a Pokemon
What-
now.
you know,
kind of.
it'll be fine. Just trust the process. It'll work out great. I hate this. I hate everything about this. Like I'm not proud of this at all. I don't know. I thought it would kind of be a little more put together. You know what I mean? Like
He looks like an M&M mascot. Oh my god, this is great. Genuinely, like if you elongate it like and flatten his body a little bit, that's like a knockoff an Eminem like thing. Like that's just an Eminem. I don't know if giving it legs will like. I know the finished hand product. I saw it. This is not it.
I didn't think it was gonna be like a total shit show.
Well,
I don't know. It's whatever. This is a stupid. This is a stupid project anyway.
Dude, banger. Should I be muting this? I don't know if it's okay to play. I might get strike. I don't think so because apparently it's not his music and he's using it in a YouTube video. I don't know. It might be risky, but I'm not monetized, so it's fine. It's fine.
What is that?
Oh my god.
What is that?
He's beautiful.
A crime.
What is that?
Them pearly whites, bro. Those are the only things I can see.
Are those pearly whites maybe identifiable at all? Like, do you recognize them?
Are they yours? Are those your teeth?
Yeah, so he's level 1, dark
Dude, I love how the journey of him starting to do Pokemon modding to put his teeth on a Pokemon is wonderful to me.
type. His name's Tristan. Get to know him well. Your accuracy dropped. Ooh. Oh,
Yo,
what are you
suck
gonna
me
do?
off. Suck
what
me
are you
off,
gonna do, Tobin?
Dude, this is not happening right now.
What? Get f***ed.
Yeah, Rich, I'm sorry to say this is not going to be a fair battle. What are you going to do when the boogeyman comes, huh? The para, that sucks.
Okay, there's no way the odds are higher, right? There's the flinch bit, yep.
Would you believe it if I said that I drew those eyes?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I would.
it has a unibrow. Like
okay, you don't need to be disrespectful.
I love this.
Oh wow, you landed.
Right?
Wow.
It's
Yeah,
it's so
hey, well,
good.
good game, Tobin.
That's
really
that
good.
it?
That was it. Yeah, good game.
You couldn't win. Damn. That's a good game.
Super unfortunate.
That's I do. Ferrothorn did his.
By the way, another note that the videos that I watched today will be in description of this video after the VOD goes up, but right now it is not. Just in case I watch more videos that is outside of my queue.
Did it work, baby? There's more to the battle.
You thought that was it?
I was hoping.
That was a 2-layered thing. Oh my god. That is so
Whoops,
tragic.
It's my turn.
What the hell is Max Darkness?
What is Briston doing?
Okay, well, thank God at least
This
like
doesn't
that.
do
That's fine, I
damage.
guess.
Ew.
What?
Oh, I know what
do it
he's
again.
doing. He's
Don't do-
doing the 40-minute battle he said before, right?
You're being so impatient. It's still my turn. It's still my turn, right? I actually might sit down. We are going to be here for a while.
How long?
A while. I don't know.
Frank, I have to record.
I mean, it's a cool animation, right?
No,
I like it. I think it's cool.
Really cool. Is this 10?
That's why he's
I
dark
lost
type.
count.
Yeah.
10. You think he's
Straight up like
I know,
evil.
Stop. This isn't gonna full kill. No.
It's not even that good of an animation the more I see it, dude.
How many we got? 20?
Enough. We got enough. Well, let's just say we might want to get to know each other.
I mean, we're already best friends. What else do you want to know about me?
I don't know.
8 inches, soft.
Okay. Look.
I don't know if that'll make the cut, but
Yeah,
it's there
okay.
if you want to use it. Oh, it
Oh,
was
we
a
got
crit. After
Yep,
all that.
that's cool. Oh no, he's still going.
The color grade
Sorry, that
from
was
his
a-
face
you were just taking a break.
is so good.
Dude. This is crazy.
I mean, he's bound to stop eventually, right?
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Let me just sit back.
Dude, I hope this becomes a real thing.
How's your day, Frank?
It's good. Having a great day.
Good.
Oh, it's done. But you're frozen.
The Pokemon was hit question mark times. If I can guess right, do I get a cookie or something, like a medal?
Oh, I just noticed, yes.
Oh, no, it's not
He
really a
is
guessing thing.
level 1.
He just does it however many. It's like a range of times he can do it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Crazy, dude. Please don't do that again. The timing of that did not even need to be edited. It was...
Don't do that again.
So perfectly timed, bro.
I'm sorry. I said I shouldn't be repeating what they said. But yeah, as he said, the fucking no, cause I don't think about it as it was happening. But yeah, that's what he's gonna do, right? Cause like
No, the back-to-back is crazy.
That was, I mean, you have other moves. I know you have other moves. Lower my accuracy, put me to sleep. Do anything but whoops, it's my turn.
That's so fun. No, with Rich, I hit him 3 times.
Officially the longest Pokemon battle of my
oh my
entire
god, my
existence.
throat. Oh,
Yeah, it's up there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I need a water break.
Oh, man. But, like, in a weird way, like, it's kind of... I don't know. It's kind of not long enough. Let's go for bad vibes. Ooh, what
What's
do you
this
gotta
one?
do?
New move, yippee!
But that's gonna lower
Accuracy,
my
yep.
accuracy, yep, for sure. Yeah, and defense.
Defense.
Oh, but
You get an attack buff.
but
And then
I'm
you're
confused.
confused,
That's
and you
gonna be
hit
bad.
yourself and you
Yeah.
die.
Yeah.
Yep, and that's gonna do a lot of
Ooh.
damage. Yeah, that's
Ouch.
unfortunate.
I mean, I just feel like your accuracy's too high, right?
It really wasn't that high.
I mean, I haven't seen all the Pokemon yet. This
Oh, so
motherfucker
there's, like,
steals with a
multiple
landslide.
gimmicks.
He can make
That's
it so
fair.
that you literally can't hit him by going for whoops, it's my turn. You get flinched, guaranteed. Then he can fucking lower all your stats and confuse you. If you do happen to outspeed, you're gonna fucking hit yourself.
Let's actually take a look at your stats. So you're minus
Oh
6
my
accuracy,
God.
minus 6 defense, asleep, and I think I can tack on maybe some attraction. Let's go ahead and do that.
No. No.
How can you like hit a track when just your
Why are
opponent's
you
still
doing this to
asleep?
me?
That's
Come on,
wild.
don't fall for his Riz. Come on, Urshifu. Yes! Hell yeah,
Let's
we're
fucking
both
go.
around.
I want to see the
You
next one in
Briston.
line.
You know Tristan, you know Briston. What do you know about
Christian?
Coldston?
Coldston.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah,
What's up,
that's
Zach?
fair.
Let's see what you do here.
Oh, what is that? What is that? I don't care about protect.
Oh, Coldston, because he hit the ice move. I get it, I get it.
That's so mean.
What was that? What was it? Protect? What is that? I don't even know what that is.
I knew it. Yeah, that's awesome, dude. That's so sick.
Oh, I don't like Tristan, bro.
Yoink and twist. Give me that. Give me that. Give me that. Now you have Trant.
Yoink and
Of
twist.
course, my accuracy.
OP.
sure.
And I'm
yeah.
paralyzed.
Yeah.
And I have Truant.
What are you gonna do now?
You're not even gonna believe this. I'm begging for Briston to get back out here. This guy fucking sucks.
What if we had a version where it's like, and like, it's just
tank.
insert, like with fur coat, like it's the bulkiest Pokemon alive, and then we give it just Splash, which we then title Sit and Vibe. I don't know. I just thought it'd be funny. Whatever.
Yeah.
Like he literally just does nothing. He just sits there and just tanks hits, and then. Sorry, I'm laughing just thinking about it. And then when he gets really low, he has another move called Sit and Vibe with Intent, where he gets fully healed.
In my head, when he said like sit and vibe with intent, I know it ends there, but in my head it goes sit and vibe with intent to harm. I think it's a healing move. I think it's a healing
Sit
move,
and
but
vibe.
like
But
just
nothing
does-
happened.
Yeah, he doesn't. He's just chilling.
He's gonna sit and vibe, you said. Sit and vibe.
That's all he does. Does nothing else.
There's nothing else. Okay, cool.
Yummy.
oh my
was a
god,
Crit.
Crit Braver does that little that the recoil is gonna be more than damage is wild.
Dude,
I think you did more to yourself in recoil.
and you have leftovers.
Oh
so that impacted
yeah.
absolutely nothing.
I'm literally back at full. That's crazy.
This is like a little fun puzzle for me. You know how you guys have been doing a lot of escape rooms? I know if your defenses are super duper high, I gotta use a move where defense doesn't matter.
If only you had like fissure or something.
Or something else.
I will say so far, Jerry is my favorite.
Why?
Because he just sits and vibes.
Jerry is a bit of the loop. There's Tristan, Briston, Coldston, and then Jerry. I feel a little like, I don't know.
Watch a 30-minute cutscene from a Final Fantasy game.
Oh, you're trying to get confusion too?
Trying to get confusion? Yeah, confusion would be nice.
Smart.
Okay, that'd be nice.
What is this?
Wow, are you kidding me? First thing. Oh wow, you might take him down to red. Yeah. Wow.
Okay, and then you're gonna hit with the lefty. Wait, this one's with intent.
I was right, it was a healing move. Oh my god, that's so good.
More than dead.
Poor man's gonna choke on his saliva laughing like while laying down.
I'm sorry, I'm cry laughing. It's really not even that funny. I just think, I don't know, whatever.
If he wouldn't have laughed, I wouldn't have laughed. That's like the thing.
It's quirky. I like it.
You know that Vinny's gonna be really mad.
I know. I'm so excited.
This is where we cut
Every
to
time I
Vinny.
use Nature's Madness, it just does less. But eventually you'll be down at like 1.
Yeah.
And then I can kill you with... What is happening? With intent. He's vibing with it. Don't tell me he heals. No, please. Stop! And then more lefties, huh?
Jerry's kind of a fun guy.
He's so fun, bro. Wait a second. That's a fucking middle finger. What the fuck is going on in this video?
Fuck you, Tobin. Fuck you, Tobin.
There it is. That's a middle finger.
That's so good.
That was a middle finger? That's so toxic.
You absolute cock.
Man, you were close that time.
And balls.
Please tell me it's over. Please. Please tell me it's over.
Yep, well, you don't have to work for the timer.
Why the fuck did I lose?
Oh yeah.
Full team of 6.
I kind of wish that the timer just doesn't have a limit, because like generally I would be interested in knowing how it ends, but like I think it's the whoops it's my turn is what made it go like so fucking long. It's so funny.
You're right on a time. Okay. Hey, see you later.
Dude, this is why I wanted like to react to some of his videos. I think there's 3 in this playlist of his videos. He's so funny.
There's a lot of people who...
Okay, this one, how to 100% Pokemon. I initially added it because for me, 100%ing Pokemon is just like finishing the game, getting all the Pokedex, maybe like, you know, some of like reasonable goals. But the thing is, like in the thumbnail, there were a bunch of shiny Spindas, and I know exactly where he's going, I think, and I want to know where.
There's a lot of people who have completed Pokemon Emerald. You know, beaten the game, finished the
I have
decks,
not.
maybe
Genuinely,
even
I have not played
shiny.
Emerald.
But that's not what I'm talking about today.
Which is
honestly,
wild,
that's
like,
not even the beginning of what this game has to offer. So let's explore.
Yeah, there's shiny
if you'll
Spindas.
give
I
me,
think
I
that's
don't know,
like
20 minutes or whatever.
very
Let's explore an impossible
to
scenario
achieve.
where we push Pokemon Emerald until there is literally nothing left to do. Now, you might be wondering, Frank, why is this a hypothetical? Why aren't you actually just doing it? Well, it's because I wouldn't live long enough.
Yeah, because the Spindas like pattern, I think like goes really, really far. And like to get every single one, you know, with the chance of duplication is already long enough. And then you add on to find a shiny of every single pattern on Spinda's face. And I assume grind them up to level 100. I think every ribbon as well would have to be there. And there's, I don't know, just watch it.
I think the main issue,
Yeah.
you'll see. Let's start out with just beating the game. If you're a speedrunner and it is prime, you'll run this in about 2.5 hours, which is not bad. The game considers completing the decks having one of every Pokemon at any given time. So if you have a Bulbasaur and then evolve it to Ivysaur and Venusaur, you'll get 3 entries for that, even though your Bulbasaur is no longer a Bulbasaur and is way thicker. I don't know why I made that weird. But anyways, we're not stopping there. We are going to be making a national living dex, which means we're going to catch all 386 Pokemon
That's like
coded
not
into
that
the
bad.
game, and we're
I
going to
feel
make
like
sure to
because
have
you already
one
got
of
like
every single species
Yep.
at one time. Now, my friend John actually did this, and it took him 158 hours or a full week of nonstop playing. Well, wait a second.
I
We still have
mean-
to find 27 more unknown based on the encounter rates and estimating for duplicate encounters. It would take about 500 encounters to find every form, and at 30 seconds per encounter, we're looking at about 4 hours to get all the unknown,
Oh,
which
yeah.
honestly isn't too bad. But also, some Pokemon have gender differences, where the male and the female Pokemon will look just slightly different. So of course we have to get,
I'll get
you know,
those two,
every
yeah.
single gender difference.
How
which
do
is
you
about
get is it Oh yeah, Feebas would be very difficult to get the gender differences because just getting one Feebas is bad enough, right?
63 additional Pokemon we'll have to catch. Some of these are really annoying to get, like Feebas, or the starters only having a 12.5% chance of being female. So good luck rolling the dice on that. But not all of them would be terrible to get. So let's assume about 10 hours to get every single gender difference. And of course, we got to get all the shinies.
Shiny living decks.
With the exception of Celebi. He's shiny locked. The odds to find a shiny are 1 in 8,192. And unfortunately for us,
Dude, genuinely, I kind of want to do a shiny hunt in like the older games where it's super difficult. Very, very difficult. But the thing is, like, I wouldn't be able to preserve it because I don't have a DS or a old device that has a Pokemon game. So running it on emulator, I don't think I will be able to transfer it to, for example, Pokemon Home, where I can keep it safe and stuff. And like, I'm very sentimental. I would not be able to like just leave it there.
Zero way to improve those odds in Pokemon Emerald. There's no shiny charm, there's no Masuda method, so we just have to get extremely lucky about 500 times. Now, there's a guy on YouTube named 40 Cakes who actually made a shiny living dex hunting robot.
Why
it runs
Lotad?
24/7 and is so well optimized, even down to the Pokemon that it uses to shiny hunt with. Lotad has one of the shortest cries in the game, meaning over millions and millions of battles.
That is very
that
optimized.
Makes a difference. But the kicker is, it's only gotten about 32 shinies towards the goal. And the reason why is duplicates. I mean, if you're trying to make a shiny living dex, you only need 2 Poochyena, not 128. But anyways, based on the bot, if you're exclusively encountering a Pokemon, like a starter or your soft resetting for legendaries, it'll take about 32 hours per shiny Pokemon. But if you're in the wild, where duplicates are not only possible, but pretty much guaranteed, then you're looking more like 421 hours per new shiny Pokemon.
That's
After
a fucking lot.
numbers, it would take you about 20 years of non-stop shiny hunting to find all
because it doesn't account for
477
sleeping either,
unique
so
shiny Pokemon. What's interesting is you would have actually found around 6,000 shinies in this time, but about 92% of them are going to be duplicates. All right, let's take a break and tackle some side quests. There's 512 trainers in the game. Of course, we have to beat them all, so that'll run us about another 4 hours or so with a completed save. The Battle Frontier has 7 different facilities we can challenge, and if we reach a certain number of battles in each facility, they award us with a silver symbol and a gold symbol in each one. So based on the world record speed run, it would take you about 14 and a half hours to, get all those. And of course, we'd have to grind every single one of our
here
Pokemon
comes
to
the
level
kicker.
100. Of course. Here's a fun and quirky fact about Pokemon Emerald. They just forgot to put a lucky egg in the game. I don't get it. So, okay, what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to go back to Fiery Leaf Green, go to the Safari Zone, and we're going to have to hunt for Chanseys. Now, here's the thing. In the Safari Zone, Chansey has a 4% chance to spawn, and if we're really lucky, a 5% chance of holding a lucky egg.
Why does doing this sound fun? I know it's not possible, but
500 chance of both of these things happening at once. So to get 6 lucky eggs for our entire team, it would take a full day of non-stop grinding. Now we can actually start grinding. You guys... What? Oh, yeah, it's sponsor transition.
Okay.
So Factor's gonna make all these meals, right? And then they're gonna put them on. You're gonna call Factor, gonna be like, "Hey, Factor, I would like some fresh, never frozen, dietitian approved meals, please, and maybe even some calorie smart or protein plus options." Factor's gonna be like, "Yo, I got you with your address." You're gonna provide your address. They're gonna send it straight to your door. Then you pop it in the microwave for 2 minutes, and did bro just dribble on himself?
The fact that he okay. I wasn't gonna say it.
Anyways, yeah, I like Factor. It's super convenient just to have a meal there, especially when I'm busy working on stuff. Okay. So if you guys want to give it a shot, go to factor75.com or click the link below and use code ASTEROID50 for 50% off your first box and 20% off your next month of orders. That's factor75.com and code ASTEROID50 to get 50% off your first box and 20% off your next month of orders. So thank you, Factor, and back to the video. The fastest way to get XP in this game is by beating the Elite Four over and over again, and we can assume that each run will take about 15 minutes because that's what I timed. and I was going pretty damn quick. So we're gonna anyways, about 350 of our Pokemon are actually going to be traded from other games, which actually helps because they'll get a 1.5 times experience boost compared to the other 605 Pokemon that won't. On top of that, every Pokemon falls into one of 6 experience groups.
Oh, yeah.
The experience group determines how much XP that Pokemon needs to get from 1 all the way to 100. So what I did was I figured out the average starting level of every single Pokemon in each group, figured out exactly how much XP it would take to get that entire group to level 100 from that starting level. And then I added it all together, and it would take almost 1 billion XP to get every single Pokemon.
So like
to
how many
level
years
100.
is that?
That equals 9,953 Elite Four runs, which is 103 days of non-stop grinding.
Oh.
Ribbons are like little badges.
Oh, yeah,
of honor
yeah,
for
they
your
are
Pokemon,
getting
and
every
they can be
ribbon.
obtained by doing a bunch of random things, usually
Oof.
involving contests or the battle frontier or whatever. Now, obviously, we're going to need every single ribbon on every single Pokemon. Most Pokemon can have 26. With some being able to get 27 if they came from Coliseum or XD. Some of these ribbons aren't terrible, but then there's the Earth ribbon, which requires us to win 100 battles in a row with every Pokemon, which, if we're doing 6 at a time, that's 160.
What?
Sorry, that's 16,000 battles to get every Pokemon with this ribbon, which would take about 37 days, light work. But we're not done battling yet.
The grade might think things alike. I don't know. I'm not even like doing lazy commentary where repeat the words. I'm genuinely just that good. Get good or go home.
Yeah, because to get the winning ribbon and the victory ribbon, we have to go back to the battle frontier and win 56 battles in a row per ribbon, 3 Pokemon at a time, which is going to take about 53 days. If we do it first try with every possible team of 3, which I mean, look at I don't think they're gonna make it. I'll just be honest. And then we have the effort ribbon, which means getting max EVs on every single Pokemon, which honestly we're gonna have to do anyway, so this kind of works out. On average, every time you KO a Pokemon, you'll get 1 EV for whatever stat that the Pokemon gives out. But if we use the experience share, we can get 2 EVs per battle, 1 for each Pokemon. Then we plug into the calculator, 510 EVs per Pokemon, 30 seconds on average per... We would need to do 243,000 battles, which would take us about 85 days. I hate contests. This is... when I tell you, I have never been more confused when researching a video. I was so lost. It made no sense. So I will try to communicate just how insane this is to you. 21 of the 27 ribbons a Pokemon can have are tied to contests. More specifically, they're tied to mastering each rank in every category of contest. But in order to max out every contest rank, we first have to max out all of our Pokemon's contest stats. You can raise each of the 5 contest stats by feeding your Pokemon Pokeblocks, which can be made from berries. So that naturally becomes, okay, what berries do we need to get the necessary Pokeblocks, to get the necessary stats, to get the necessary ribbons? Great question.
On every Pokemon.
The only berry recipe I found to get these perfect contest stats are tied to 2 berries that are almost impossible to get. First up, you're gonna need the Nut Pia berry, which is...
The fuck is a Nut Pia berry? I know he's gonna explain it, but I mean like in the naming sense. Who like... Okay, Pokemon have historically been dumb names. They have put in dumb names for both Pokemon items and everything. Who sits there and goes, yeah, the Nut Pia berry.
Only available on a physical e-reader card. It's
and
it's the game.
Annoying
you need this
too.
Actual card to go scan it in. That's how they describe it. Like, is this like a... I feel like I'm being pranked, honestly. And it just gets funnier when you realize you have to spend $5,000.
Okay, dude. There's a level of like, okay. Microtransaction in games are always icky for me. I don't like spending real money on games like to progress better. But okay, I get that like it's not like sold anymore, that's why it's this price, but like the game already costs money. the game itself, and then this fucking nut pea berry costs $5,000. I think I can buy a house, like I don't know, I could buy a car with that. Dude, if you're gonna like spend this much money on like a e-reader card for a berry in a game that's like so many years ago, I think you can just self-reflect.
To get a PSA 9 nut pea berry
Oh my
e-reader
God.
card or best offer. Don't worry, we could probably get it down. Scan that bad boy in and bam, now we got one of them. But unfortunately, we need 8,594 more if we want to make enough recipes to max all of our stats on all of our Pokemon. But the good news is we can plant it. If we plant it, we can get up to 3 berries every time we, grow a new plant. We won't get 3 berries every time because the odds of that are just ridiculous, but I'm feeling nice today, so we'll say 3. And we'll also assume that we have infinite planting space.
We don't.
Which we don't. At 72 hours to grow 1 plant, it would take almost a full month to grow all 8,000 nut pea berries. And that was the easy one. Now we need the lychee berry, and I kid you not, there
Okay.
is one...
Like, I don't... Okay, we'll see how, like, easy it is relative to this one. But the fact that, like, the option where you have to spend $5,000 on a fictional berry, being described as, like, the easy one of the pair, makes me feel a little, I don't know, scared.
in the entire game.
What
and
were
it
they
shows
smoking
up
back then?
on a mysterious disappearing island that has a 1 in 65,000
Whoa.
chance of showing up. So the way it works is every single day, Mirage Island will pick a number. If that number matches any of the personality values of the Pokemon in your party, Mirage Island shows up. So we can increase our odds by having 6 Pokemon in our party at a time. That brings it up to 1 in 10,000, which is still rarer than finding a shiny, but it's something. And then the fastest way to hunt for this island is to go back and forth between
Ow.
the PCs, swapping out your team over and over again, and then checking with this man that tells you whether the island has appeared or not based on the Pokemon in your party. The kicker with this, though, is even if we check all 955 of our Pokemon, there's still a good chance that it doesn't match with any of them, which means we'll have to wait a full other day for the island to generate a new number and then check it again. So if we crunch the numbers,
I
every day
get
that
why
we
it's
hunt for it,
hard.
we have a 1
Yeah.
in 63 chance of finding it that day.
But
which
it's,
means
like, not
still
even that
going to
good.
take, if we're at odds, 63 days to find the island. The good news is a lot of the time spent, waiting for berries to grow or this island, like, a lot of it is downtime, right? Like, it's not like active game time. So, in a perfect world, we could be doing other things while this is going on. No? We're just gonna... I mean,
yeah,
we still
'cause it's
have so
easier
many
to
things do,
calculate
but,
when,
it's
like,
whatever, man.
yeah.
Take your time. But now that we got the lychee berry, we can plant it and wait a couple days to get the rest of them, so we can then get the recipes that we need to get the max stats, that we
21
need to win
years,
the
not great.
contest, that we need for the ribbons. Do you remember this is about ribbons? I don't know. I forgot, honestly. This is... What a side quest. And then after spending a week straight of making all the Pokeblocks, our total time to max out all the contest stats for all of our Pokemon is 137 days. Now we can do the contest. So yeah, 20 contests per Pokemon, 10 minutes per contest. We're looking at 133 days
Holy
of
hell.
contests. And that brings our final time to get every ribbon on every Pokemon. It would take a year and 3 months. Every Pokemon at birth is given a random number from 0
Oh,
to
fuck,
31
it's
in
the
all of their
IVs.
stats that determine how high that stat can go. They're called IVs, and unlike in later games where you can use bottle caps to
no.
max them out after the fact, in Pokemon Emerald back in 2005, what you got is what you got. There's no way to edit a Pokemon's IVs after they've been caught. And since we're trying to complete Pokemon Emerald, we gotta get perfect IVs on every single Pokemon.
Okay, this
including
might...
the shinies. Let's assume a perfect scenario where we're using the breeding mechanics to pass down 3 perfect IVs to every Pokemon that can breed. That still leaves us with 3 other stats that we need to get lucky for, and it's gonna be a 1 in 32,000 chance per Pokemon. And then it just gets worse because there's about 50 Pokemon that just can't breed. I mean, we're talking legendaries, we're talking Magnezone. He's not in the... I meant Magneton. He's not in the game, but You get it. They don't have a gender, so they can't breed. Anyways, it's going to be a 1 in a million chance for any one of these Pokemon to have perfect IVs. I mean, the encounters will be shorter because we don't have to hatch
very
anything.
bad.
So we'll say about 30 seconds. And, you know, there's obviously way less of them. So, you know, even though the odds of getting a perfect IV non-breedable Pokemon is higher, it shouldn't be that bad. It would take 51,000 years.
Okay.
51,000 years.
I thought the problems of this, like, hypothetical was gonna be a shiny Spinda, which, like, I'm pretty sure it will be. That's like the max IVs I didn't even think about, but now that, like, yeah, it's gonna yeah.
Just these 50. We haven't even talked about the shinies yet. So now what happens when you need 2 extremely unlikely events to happen simultaneously?
This feels like a monkey, like giving a keyboard, yada yada, to write Shakespeare. It feels like that, you know, kind of like vibe.
30,000 times, and that's just for one of them, There's 50. I'm trying. Do you understand how ridiculous? Like, I'm really trying. It would take over 400 million years just for these 50 Pokemon, putting our total game time at, yeah. And we've suddenly gotten to the point where, like, time just, like, doesn't even make sense anymore. You know, like, how do you possibly wrap your mind around 400 million years? Oh,
oh, here we go.
The location of the spots on Spinda's face are generated randomly based on a 32-bit number that every Spinda has, which means that there are over 4 billion different spot patterns that you could technically get. Now, according to a Reddit post from someone who's way smarter than me, they estimated it would take 30 quintillion encounters to see every form of Spinda.
I would die.
That was a similar issue like with the shinies. I mean, the further you get into this, the more Spinda you catch, the better chance you have of finding a duplicate that you already have. Even assuming a very generous 13 seconds per encounter, it would take you over 12 trillion years to find every form of Spinda.
Isn't that like the heat death of the universe?
Also, you just missed it. The sun fucking blew up. Now that we have over 4 billion Pokemon, we've officially run out of space to store them all, but I mean, that's okay. Let's just buy 2,864 copies of Pokemon Box, which will run us about house payment, and then, well, not anymore.
Not anymore, yeah.
Maybe in 2008. And that'll allow us to store all of our Pokemon again. All right, if it takes 30 billion gajillion quad whatever encounters to see regular Spinda, and we expect to see a shiny every 1 in 8,000 encounters, it would take about 248 sextillion encounters, or 102
sextillion, where it reaches a digit I don't even recognize anymore.
Oh wait,
I hate math, but this is so like
it would take,
interesting,
it would
kind
take
of.
Ton. It would take
That's fair.
Ton of time to see every shiny Spinda variant.
I feel like when it reaches that much zeros, you're allowed to just go, it's a fuck ton. Not
the universe fucking This is the dumbest video I've ever made. But of course we have to get them to level 100. If we assume we caught them at the highest possible starting level, level 16 in the fast egg group, it would take about 6 XP or 2,543,764 years to get them to level 100. There's a lot of ribbons.
Oops.
They can have perfect IVs.
Oops.
And finally, to finish our collection, if you wanted every shiny Spinda to also be perfect IV, it would take an additional 80. So if you want a 100% Pokemon Emerald, good luck.
Okay. I don't know how many that is, but it looks ridiculous.
This is the most...
okay, the next video of Escape Theory. The reason I added this here is because, like, I think, like, post MatPat retirement, people just kind of goes back to, you know, just forgetting about game theory and other theory channels. I've been like looking at, you know, the new era of the theory channels, and honestly, it's been pretty fine. I was a fan of game theory. I know it can be ridiculous sometimes, but that's why it's fun. I like game theory. It's fun. But I look, everyone misses MadPat. He's still out there. You can go watch him on GT Live. But, you know, it's understandable, but the new era of game theory, I feel like, is also worth checking out alongside film theory, food theory, and style theory. Style theory I don't really partake in much, but you know, you get my point. It's good. It's like what's the word? I feel like it's worth delving into it, what like it has in store. And coincidentally, as you can see in the title, it's Dress to Impress. Because I know that this game has lore, and like I saw it and I was just like, well, that sounds ridiculous. I want to watch that.
Requested episode of Game Theory ever. Over the last 2 months, we've received
people love
hundreds
Dress to
upon
Impress.
hundreds of requests to play this game. Our subreddit is practically bursting at the seams. Our comment section is overflowing. People are hungry for this game. So today, I will answer the call. Today, I will cover the game that you have all been dying to see. Today, I will be theorizing about Dress to Impress. No, wait.
Okay, side note, I have actually like played a couple of games of Dress to Impress. I get it. I do. I just I don't think it's my style personally. Because I like I'm more of a 2 second. Okay, we're fine. So the point I was making, right? I like played Royal High, like I don't know how many years ago. It wasn't long, but there was a pageant thing you can do, like basically Dress to Impress, but you have more options since the clothes you can like put on and like stuff like that are your stuff that you buy. So like it has a more of a vast selection. There's more hair, more faces, more stuff like that. That's why I like it more. And so yeah, that. Okay, we're just gonna watch a video. Why? But my phone almost fell down. We're stalling this more than enough. I'm just gonna do it.
Wait, it's scarier than it sounds. Trust me.
Yep. I have seen the face at the runway that's looking at you. Maybe they'll show it, but yeah. There's something
Hello,
here, I think.
Internet! Welcome to Game Theory, the show that never goes out of style. Although I became very unsure of my own personal style when I tried my hand at the Roblox game that everyone had been requesting I play, Dress to Impress. It seemed simple enough. You just pick outfits, hairstyles, get your nails done, all to try and match the chosen theme. Only for you to lose regardless because people vote on what's cute rather than what's on theme. How on earth is this kawaii?
People are so weird. I have seen a couple of ridiculous like placement match with the theme. I don't understand it, but yeah, it's very weird.
So I have to say I was a little confused why this was so requested. I thought maybe Amy and I could do a collab episode about the psychology behind why the theme didn't really seem to matter. But then your comments pointed something out, a book, and it would change everything. It turns out it's not just these outfits that are sus. What started as a simple April Fool's update has now become 4 months of nearly daily updates across multiple games, all to tell a story of tragedy, betrayal, and revenge. And so I've been following along, writing down my thoughts with each new update, theory crafting in real time to try and solve it. So, sorry Amy, no collab today because I gotta take a peek behind the fashion show curtain myself and find out what hidden lore is hiding inside of Dress to Impress. That's what you get for caking me.
Where's this from? I'm kind of curious. Dude, like genuinely Theorist team has been doing a lot of stuff running around, especially MadPat too. Like doing very fun stuff all around, and I cannot keep up. But like they do great work.
So, what is this random book that totally changed my perspective of the game? On the surface, it's just a simple diary entry from an NPC nail technician that the community has dubbed Nail Lady. Although, she doesn't seem particularly fond of that name.
I have met Nail Lady.
Fine, I guess we can still collab. You can do the voice. The world's not ready for my feminine voice anyway.
Thank you, Tom.
No one is.
They just call me Nail Lady when I am so much more than that. My name is Lana, but no one calls calls me that, I'm gonna run away one day.
Sounds pretty understandable, right?
Yeah.
She just wants people to call her by her name, but that's
Really
not what
reminds me of the Rock Smash guy from Pokemon. People call him Rock Smash guy, and he's like, "Well, I think that's pretty rude. I'm more than that."
got everyone's attention. What stood out was on the next page, where she writes that she wants to set fire to the studio and reveals a list
drastic.
of targets. She even has "dealt with" written next to some of the names.
Oh, that's seriously
I'm
names.
sure we all have that one colleague we don't like, but offing them might be a bit overdramatic. Maybe. Though it turns out these aren't her colleagues. If you take a closer look at the names, some of them are the names of the game's developers. Okay, cool. We've got a murdery protagonist who is unhappy with the life the devs gave her, and so she is offing them one by one. Pretty straightforward, right? Well, it was until updates started rolling in. Lana's diary was no longer on full display, but instead was hidden at the top of a cabinet.
Oh wait, dude, I've seen this one. I've never bothered to like read it because I know that it was there. I have seen it when I went to like actually play it. Yeah.
However,
it was still
readable, and it said something new.
That isn't me. They replaced me with some doppelganger. That's not me. I'm Lana. She's not. But she's pretending to be me. I don't know where I am. Gigi is holding me somewhere so I can't escape. Please help me. I am so scared. And I hope that thing sitting in my salon chair doesn't harm my image. I think she's the reason why all the players are going missing.
And then, if you take a look at the wall, you'll see 3 missing posters, the names of which match 3 of the developers from Lana's target list. That person she mentions, Gigi, is also a developer, and she has now taken Lana hostage, replacing her with this doppelganger, and not the kind with extra eyes and missing mouths.
That's another can of worms. I have not played That's Not My Neighbor. It does look interesting, but I feel like I want like I don't know, the game's kind of short, it's kind of small. I want the full game, and then maybe I'll play it because it looks very interesting, looks very fun.
Running smoothly so people wouldn't suspect she was gone. However, this is slightly confusing. Lana claims that these people are missing because of this doppelganger, but the target list that matches the missing posters came from her diary. Or was that actually...
That's what I was thinking. I thought that the person writing the diary is the doppelganger. So yeah. So if the doppelganger writes that, and then the one that's so that was she might have meant like her harm my reputation by that first diary because it was on full display, and now like the diary that he's, but why, how? Okay, we'll just keep watching.
The doppelganger's diary. I'm not entirely sure who I'm supposed to be trusting here, but the diary does give us a Roblox user ID that leads us to Lana's Roblox profile. Lana does nails. So we should probably start there, and oh boy, this is where the fun begins. On her page is a link to a YouTube account with a handful of short videos. The first video is called Awakening. A face appears and tells Lana, "How dare you, Lana, spread our plans." Already we're off to a mysterious start. Lana has betrayed whatever this awakening is, I assume by telling us about the doppelganger. In a later video, Ode to Myself, she once again mentions this wretched group, but in the description tells us she's trying to warn us that we are next. Is this group trying to take over the game? To replace all the players with mindless doppelgangers that just follow the rules? Maybe they're also mad that people aren't playing it right. There is one more video, but it doesn't really give us anything new. So I went back to Lana's Roblox page and looked around for more clues. If you look under the Creations tab, you can see that Lana is actually making a game of her own, and it's called Forest. It invites us to view the truth of Lana's story.
Atmosphere.
Given that we're specifically looking for...
I'm putting a bet on it not being serene. I don't think that I'm confidently saying that's not serene.
Lore, this is an enticing offer, but be warned, this game is nothing like Dress to Impress. A blood red filter covers the screen.
Dude, if someone calls it serene, like I'm gonna prove it by like walking in and just having a panic attack, throwing up in the corner.
In a background, and a human eye is constantly watching you. As you wander through the forest, you can find sentences
to like read the text. Will you ever find? Is that find me?
That tell the story.
When she was a young girl, she was diagnosed with a life-threatening disease. Okay, I'll put that in the corner.
of Lana, that she was diagnosed with a terminal illness that
Okay, well, she's okay now. All the medical bills and pain left the family in debt forever.
left her and her family in debt, and that she now
works in a nail salon just to get by, but now she's feeling unmotivated and tired.
works in the salon just to get by. Given her diary told us she hates it there so much, I suspect she
No, but I thought we were denouncing that first diary because I don't think Lana could have written that, while the second one tells us that the first one is supposedly written by someone who did harm to the missing players. I don't know, man.
turn to this awakening group for help. It would be classic cult-like manipulation. They promise her financial support only for them to turn on her when she doesn't fall in line. And I think I might be right, because as you explore the forest, Lana's doppelgangers try to kill you. This is the truth that they want hidden. But if you manage to avoid them, you can find a podium that requires 4 people to open a portal to a maze. Get to the end, and you'll receive a binary code that translates to
You may have finished her trials, but the evil lurks throughout. This is not the end. There will be chaos.
Well, chaos is
her trials. So okay, cause now that they've introduced doppelgangers, it's gonna be very hard to distinguish the real person from, the doppelganger. I think that's established.
usually bad, so I suppose we should probably help Lana stop it. Fortunately, when I returned to Lana's page, she had created a group called Saudade, which is described as the birth of an uprising, a new dawn where we stand united against the forces of evil.
I think there's a ruckus going on upstairs. I don't know what's happening. I'm scared. I'll be fine though, I think.
Alright, let's go! Inside the group there were a few subgroups too, one of which is called coterie, a word that means an exclusive group of persons with a unifying common interest or purpose. Lana is already...
If anything, I learned something new. I've never had the honor to hear the word coterie.
Out
or
here
Saudade.
building
I don't
a
know what that means
rebellion,
either.
gathering people through the common goal of exposing the
there's only,
awakening. That
5
is what
people
led
there,
her to
isn't
get
it?
locked up in the first place. There's also another group called Missing, and it contains 4 people. But these aren't the developers, they're just people.
Players?
These must be the missing people that Lana was referring to in her diary.
Oh,
the ones
okay. So the real Lana could have. Oh, I get it. So the first diary, Lana could have written that because the cross marks, the people she quote unquote dealt with, it's not the second diaries described players, because those are mostly developers. I don't know, but because those are developers and second diary said players, Lana killed the developers, and then the presumed doppelgangers is the one causing the players to go missing. I might be cooking.
the awakening caused to go missing. She was trying to stop others from disappearing by taking out the developers from the awakening.
Yeah. I am
doubted
so
your innocence.
smart. My brain is so big. I could join Team Theorist.
Lana, is what I would say if it wasn't for this missing person's bio. You see, it's not a normal bio like most of them. It contains a Caesar cipher. There are a few small mistakes in the translation, but cleaned up, it says this.
My death was planned by Lana, not evil. The Coteurie's not just some group to help her. They're her sacrifices.
I knew it. Cancel my
But I feel like if still she's a cult member, I presumably assume she is, then I don't think it's a far cry to say, yeah, probably she is sacrificing people. She still could have had some angle here, because she wouldn't be fighting, she wouldn't be dissatisfied with the doppelgangers if the intention was to okay, I'm just gonna keep watching.
Therapy,
I don't know.
guys, my trust issues are well founded. Lana has been convincing us this whole time that she is one of the good guys, that she was taken advantage of by the Awakening, but no. These missing people aren't just missing, they've been sacrificed by the Awakening and by Lana. She was in on it the whole time. Or so I thought, if it wasn't for Lana's next game, Questionnaire. Here she'd appear for live events to set the record straight. She confirmed some things like how the Awakening lured her in by promising to pay off her financial debts, but as these live streams kept happening, her answers began to contradict that truth. Suddenly, she actually loved the nail salon, which means she probably wouldn't have turned to the Awakening for help.
Okay, this sentence screams, I'm calling it the person running the questionnaire is another doppelganger. Cause I kind of assume now that they're going for that angle where you have no idea who the real one is. Like, if she start contradicting herself, like the truth we know about her from prior, I think it might be another fake. Cause I feel like, yeah.
In the first place. She also started saying that they weren't evil, but people have been murdered. That's pretty evil. Is she being coerced again? Nope. Red text appeared on screen and said,
"Don't believe her, please. That is not the real Lana."
Okay, wait, no. Because if she said that's not the real Lana, I don't know. I don't think she, like, so far she have not referred to herself in the third person. I feel like it's weird for her to start doing that. Like, it's just a fact that, like, okay, there might be another person that's just like, yeah, know what's going on, and that is not the real one. But so far we have not been introduced to another character that might. It's not Gigi. We're gonna have to put that one aside for now, because I feel like Gigi's like role is not like active in the lore, like active in a way that like she has a character like presence.
And everyone got booted out of the stream with the reason listed as, I am the real Lana. The Lana we've been talking to was another doppelganger. The real Lana is innocent.
I don't know,
then
man.
Questionnaire got an update that added a house with a new version of Lana's diary that said this.
Jayla's eyes are gone. Nicholas's heart is gone. Jisoo's voice is gone. And Sadie has been taken.
Okay, so I recognize those names as the players that went missing. Oh, that might be like a more deeply. I know these players are made for the expressive purpose of these lore. I wonder if their names meant anything, and like the connections of like their eyes, their heart, their voice. Okay, I am still very heavily leaned into this is definitely a cult.
Apart. I pray that this stays private and no one finds out my true intentions with the Saudon. I cannot believe how easy it's been to make these players believe that I am the victim. And now they're all on my side. They will all pay for how they treated me.
Hello, Usami. I hope you are doing all right this evening. Going to get some rest now. Have a nice rest of your stream.
Great to see you. Have a great rest of your day. Jenk, thanks for checking in on me. I legit can't speak. My brain is working overdrive. Legitimately though, earlier, I was gonna pause to say something about, the diary itself, and then I forgot Shaddyfly was there, and when it said hello, I fucking freaked the fuck out, because like Amy's voice in this video, like the narration for Lana, it like sounded like Shaddyfly. So like when TTS started, my heart skipped like 3 beats.
So that whole kicking us off to get rid of the doppelganger.
Okay. What I was saying before is it could have been another doppelganger. It could have been another doppelganger that wrote that to expressively ruin her image, because Lana of course knows about the doppels. While appearing to be helpless, she seemed to be really worried about her image. I don't know where that one is going, but we have no confirmation whether or not Lana is actually writing that. That's why like it's so hard to like piece together what's going
Also
on.
just a stunt. Lana has been playing the victim, making us believe anything bad was a doppelganger working for the Awakening. But really, Lana was the villain behind it all. I tell you, this story's got more twists.
But there is a doppelganger. That's the point, though, is that we could never be sure that it's the real one. What we know about like her currently that is somewhat like, you know, concrete is that you know, the backstory with her family being in debt, her joining the Awakening, and from that point on, I assume that they cloned her for whatever reason they did, and then and then I'm stuck there.
Than an M. Night movie. After this reveal, Lana went full villain mode, executing 3 members of the coterie live on air. But the last member, Nelly, wasn't going down so easily.
Now what happened to Nicholas and all the people you killed, sacrificed, is going to happen to you?
Seeing through Lana's deceit, Nelly flips the script and kills her instead. Finally, Lana's reign of tyranny and deceit would
that's
end.
also a double.
But I'm sure you could all figure out where this is going, right? Once the dust settles, Lana's YouTube account posted a video called The Last Serenade, and it said...
Ooh, that's a nice name. I feel like I don't know, The Last Serenade might be like a title of like a webtoon chapter. It sounds
more
like
to come. This time
cool.
it will be successful because I've opened the gate.
That Lana that was just killed was a doppelganger.
Yep.
Again. But now she's achieved her goal, which was opening a gate, apparently? The keen-eyed among you will probably recognize it from the Forest game. The gate that needed 4 people to activate it. And we now
to be mindful of the fact that we can never be sure. We would like have 2 angles here where Lana is either helpless or kind of manipulated and are somewhat behind the scene maneuvering the thing. Because in 2 ways, like it could be Lana trying to seem helpless in the beginning, revealing to be a mastermind kind of, or it could be that the doppels or what the Awakening behind it is trying to make it seem that way, the way like make it seem like she was also in on it so that people wouldn't help her, I assume. Like I feel like there's 2 of them, and I feel like they have quite equal footing in my head.
Have 3 dead coterie members and Lana's dead doppelganger. 4 bodies to help Lana open this new gate. Killing the coterie members wasn't about protecting her own skin or defending the Awakening. It was always part of her plan, and it's likely why she had sacrificed the first 4 missing victims. But that, ladies and gentlemen, was the end of chapter 1. And there were 2 major questions that everyone had. What is the portal, and why did Lana need it? Well, before we dive into chapter 2,
it might be the
here's
Awakening
what I
that
think.
need it.
Typically, when it comes to cults and sacrifices, portals would be used to summon some kind of evil entity. However, the portal in the forest that looked identical to this new one took us to a new location instead. So, Lana and the Awakening aren't trying to summon something, but go somewhere. Lana's motivations still seem tied to what we saw in her diary. She wants to burn the salon to the ground, and she likely still wants to destroy the devs who made her life so horrible. They designed her boring NPC life. They designed her tragic backstory. And so I suspect whatever lies beyond this portal will help her to achieve that. Maybe she needs to find some demonic monster to bring back and kill everyone. Or maybe this new world has some kind of item that can make her an all-powerful being, able to transcend the game and destroy the devs completely. Maybe it'd even allow her to enter our world. All of this would certainly fit with the culty vibes. But whatever the answer is, I gotta say, I'm kinda hooked on this one. I know I've been saying about the constant back and...
It's very complicated in a way that, like, it's frustrating, because, like, there's so many doppelgangers. Which one is a real one? Whatever, but, like, yeah, I'm kind of in it.
Fourth of doppelgangers versus the real Lana, but I'm just really impressed that there's this many twists hidden inside of Roblox Run.
I could see the angle where the storytelling was trying to convey this consistent way where the real Lana is the one speaking to us from diary entries, from sentences that are like telling her story. The real like physical version of her, like I don't think there has been an instance where it's actually her, except for the period of of Just to Impress where Lana was actually the nail lady. We have not seen Lana since, I think. Yeah. So the storytelling, I think that maybe it leans towards, yes, she is manipulated and a cult member, somewhat the mastermind, because the real Lana always is the one telling us by dry entries and whatnot. It's never the one speaking, and like, yeah.
Runway Simulator. So I just
I'm
wanted to
getting
take
there.
a minute to say thank you guys for recommending this game to me. I'd have never
SpongeBob.
known about this fascinating experience if it wasn't for you. So
SpongeBob.
please, if you've got recommendations, please do let me know down in the comments below. I love getting exposed to new games, and I especially love covering games that I know that you guys want to see. But I should stop with all this mushy stuff because
I will say that I agree. I love how fun it is when it comes to game theory. Doing all this ridiculous like theory crafting, mass like analysis is very fun. Yeah, but even when it's a media that like doesn't explicitly has lore, if it like is like too ridiculous, just don't watch it. But like it's fun to just think about how like the conclusion was reached.
2 is here, so it's time to see if
Oh
I'm
yeah,
right.
we're not
After
even
a little bit
halfway
of time,
done.
The Soudad
Goddamn.
added a new group to its affiliate tab called Plague, showing the same portal that we'd seen in Lana's latest video. But the creator of the group wasn't Lana. It's someone named Agamemnon. Oh, that is going to be the worst thing to say. I'm gonna
Agamemnon.
call you Aggie. Sound good?
Aggie.
At the same time this new group was
Okay,
made,
we have another character. Okay, we'll have to see where this goes, because now that there's another character, we're open to the possibility of someone doing that like live stream, like that's not the real Lana. Might be someone who's not her. We'll
Lana
see.
also made a post saying,
Agamemnon, I hear your call. I hear it well. I am following your voice, and perhaps it will lead me to the portal you told me about.
sounds to me like this guy is trapped on the other side of the portal in some kind of alternate world or dimension. That's why Lana needs the portal. It's to free him or to be with him. Was this really just a tragic love
No,
story?
I don't think it's love. The wording in like the earlier it isn't that. It's very cult like. Okay. So now that like the dynamic has kind of been established, I don't think he's the person saying that's not real Lana, considering he kind of needs a plan to succeed to somehow escape the other dimension, the whole thing, or like some variety version of that. Okay, maybe the cult later.
Whole
That's
time,
what I'm going
Soudad
at.
does mean the nostalgic longing for a beloved yet absent person. So that kind
That
of
still
makes
can be a
sense,
cult
but
leader.
her words
Yeah.
also feel a bit too
Too culty.
culty for me. So we could still be on the right track if he turns out to be some kind of all-powerful demon. And we don't have to wait that long because Lana released another game called The Fortress. And the start of it is on the other side of the portal that Lana had opened. There are words written across the walls like plague, metamorphosis, and I find...
Okay, I'm going too far. I saw the word plague and I went, oh, the deceased that like Lana talked about when it comes to, her backstory. I don't think it's the same, like, because the wording plague and disease is I don't think it's used interchangeably.
Finally feel free. They're written over and over and over again, like the
I will say the metamorphosis and finally feel like free might be linked, but plague feels a bit
writings of
an
a
outlier
lunatic
here.
trapped in a room for years. So basically,
I don't
me
think
with
someone who writes on a wall for years writing that pretty of a font. I feel like it would be more handwrite, like
the new Poppy
handwritten.
Playtime ARG dropped. Across the map, there are notes from both
I feel powerful under Agamemnon's authority. He lured me and thank goodness he did. Okay, so he is the cult leader. But wait, okay, that one's not to be trusted. That was the word of the doppelganger said Gigi promised me money, which kind of like alluded to Gigi being the cult leader here. But like obviously the defunct the doppelganger was spouting straight bullshit. But oh, okay, so he is the one who promised her money, and the doppelganger presumably is made by the awakening or him, and it has the motivation to lie about who lured her in with the promise of money, because then it would like not lead the general public to know. Okay, I'm going.
And Nelly spelling out that while this is the real Lana, she's basically been brainwashed by the guy she's following. Good old Aggie.
I take back everything I said about the awakening. It is much better here. Oh, however, sometimes I look at Gigi with discontent. Agamemnon promised me she will be taken care of, since he has no need for her anymore. So Gigi at some point was a part of the. Okay, now that gets weird though. I mean, getting lured into a cult, you can either say it was Gigi or Agamemnon. I feel like it'd go either way too, even if like if you it still would work.
It stinks of classic cult leader behavior. A
Yeah.
man who gathers others around him to worship him like he's the second coming of Christ.
So I assume on some level Gigi betrayed from the cult, and then maybe okay, so Gigi's developer, Gigi caused Lana to become the nail lady. So I assume that action made Lana and Agamemnon resentment towards Gigi, and then they would like. I mean, it wouldn't cause Agamemnon to feel resentment. I feel like just Lana, because she was trapped in a nail salon. But why? I mean, maybe Gigi just wants her away from the cult. And then Lana, who has since been brainwashed, would feel resentment towards, Gigi, and then she would want her gone. He was like, well, I got no use for her anymore anyway. Okay, I can.
People's heads with promises that will all turn out to be lies in the end. Lana isn't in love with this guy, or maybe she is. Cult relationships are kind of weird, but it's more like she sees him as her savior and will help her to get revenge on the salon, which never ends well in these kinds of things. Lana will likely end up betrayed at best or dead at worst. But now, ladies and gentlemen, it's finally time to hear from Aggie himself, because you can find 2 doors that require passwords to enter. The note next to the first one reads, call it, open the door, bestow me the truth. So we just repeat that second phrase, bestow me the truth. That leads to a second door which asks us, what is coming? The walls speak the truth. Well, we saw 3 things written on the walls earlier. Finally, I feel free, metamorphosis, and plague. And it's that last one that opens the door. Inside, we find Aggie's helmet in the corner, revealing this to be his office, and several notes are pinned to the wall.
What is wrong with my experiments and why won't it work? Lana, perfect. I created a new Lana a few days prior, better and stronger.
Aggie has been the one creating the doppelgangers, which makes sense. Thanks to them, Lana deceived everyone and was able to open the gate. But what did he mean by Lana is perfect? Cult leaders.
The thing is, like, if he wanted to do the deceit thing, like, I don't know, it feels. Some of the actions by like the doppelgangers feel a bit, I don't know. We'll see.
Like this always have ulterior motives, so what does her being perfect mean for him?
I think Lana could have accomplished the same thing she did without the presence of doppelganger, or like multiple for that matter. I feel like, okay, if you need one, that's reasonable, but what we've seen so far, I feel like one is like enough.
Is it that she's the perfect follower? The perfect bride? This has to be important. So I decided to look a little more into Aggie.
But he's also doubting that she's perfect though, like perfect question mark. I feel like that doesn't inspire like the fact that he like views her as like actually perfect. It's a question mark. She's perfect in some regard, but it's very questionable. So like maybe in
More specifically, his name. And no, not just because it's hard to pronounce.
It's
This game has
historical,
already
isn't it?
used a few words with deeper meaning, so I
Yeah.
wondered if this would be the same for him. Turns out Agamemnon isn't just a random name. It comes from Greek mythology.
I was close. It's not historical. Greek mythology is like it's right there, yeah.
Specifically, the Trojan War. Agamemnon was leading an army to Troy by boat, and during the trip incurs the wrath of the goddess Artemis. He's told that the only way to appease her is to sacrifice his daughter. If he doesn't, then the army will continue to suffer misfortune, most notably a plague, just like the door to Aggie's rune set. It asked what is coming, and the answer was a plague.
So assuming that the plague is probably they will say this next like sentence, but assuming a plague is already coming means that he didn't do what the other force in this case wants him to do, which assuming the sacrifice thing. Yeah.
So, if a plague is on the way, that would mean that Aggie needs to sacrifice someone to appease whoever he angered. Someone that was perfect. Someone like Lana. But then, why bother with the doppelgangers? Well, in some versions of the myth, Agamemnon tries to deceive Artemis with fake offerings, to trick her into thinking he killed his daughter, but never
He
really
really
did.
did.
That is what the doppelgangers are for. If he can create...
No, but like that's like not what the doppelgangers are doing though. As far as like if he created doppelgangers for like the sake of being sacrificed, I feel like the angle here would be to try to make the doppelgangers to be sacrificed, the perfect version, if you will. And the gate portal thing could have been Lana doing it solo or with another like one doppelganger. Having like I don't know.
Create one that is a perfect copy, then he can sacrifice them and keep Lana alive. Is this guy actually a
No,
hero here?
I don't think
Trying
so.
to save humanity from a
Very,
plague
very
and save
skeptical.
Lana from her fate? Yeah, no. Another
Yeah.
note in the fortress written...
I need to create the perfect doppelganger. Lana will help me. Then all is done, I will get rid of her. What purpose does like a doppelganger serve that like Lana couldn't, therefore like there being a need to get rid of Lana, like the original one? Maybe it's perfect obedience, because Lana like in some cases does seem a bit what's the word, helpless, yeah, and seems to have some resistance. Maybe that's the angle here. But like what does he realistically need from her, like as opposed to like any other person? It has to be her. I don't know.
Written by Aggie says,
I need to create the perfect doppelganger. Lana will help me, and when all is done, I will get rid of her.
and there it is.
Oh my
Thanks
God,
to
this is
Lana,
so
he
confusing.
can kill her while also having a
Uh-huh.
perfect doppelganger that has all of her influence while also following his
Yeah,
commands.
that's
He
that's
would
the
have
angle
full
I went to as well. Because if like he's trying to like create a full doppelganger or someone, then kill the original person, the realistic thing a cult leader would want is probably perfect obedience. But like, okay, I'm thinking about it.
control
Too
of
much.
the
I'm trying to watch a
and
video.
all of the users that are a part of it. At this point, I was feeling pretty good about the story. It felt like we had a backstory, a motive, an idea of where the story was moving towards. That wasn't until I discovered this note hiding
no.
behind the bookcase.
It is so easy to manipulate those that are blind to others' tactics. While I feel bad, I just remember Lana, the real one, is just a vessel that empowers me. So this is Agamemnon, I assume. Again, we don't know, but it's very likely. A solicitor to blind to others while I feel bad. So the people that realistically he's talking about here is either us or Lana. Vessel that empowers me. Like the real one? Like, okay, but if the real one is a vessel that empowers you, and then your mindset was, I'll kill her when I create a perfect doppelganger of her, and that I'll stop.
So
This is hurting my
easy to
brain.
manipulate those that are blind to others' tactics. While I feel bad, I just remember that Lana, the real one, is just a vessel that empowers me.
Okay, so I guess he isn't going to sacrifice Lana? At first, I thought...
No. He's... Oh my god. I mean, I think he... If he isn't gonna sacrifice Lana, then the angle here is make the purple doppelgangers. If he can create one, he can create multiple, and then he sacrifice one. Oh no, but like if he, why heal Lana then? If he doesn't care about her being alive, then wanting perfect obedience from doppelganger, he could sacrifice her. Oh, there's a portal thing. Okay, so he needs her for you know, the portal, the gate thing, and then he needs a perfect doppelganger to sacrifice and be either or be obedient to him, a loyal cult member, and then once the gate stuff is done, the real one who has you know, some resistance towards the cult will then be killed in replacement. Okay, I'm cooking. I think I know
the
what this
vessel
is
as a
about.
container, something that stores something else. And given my theorizing in the indie horror scene, I wondered if she was going to become a vessel for someone else's soul. So. Maybe Aggie's daughter from the...
I think the wording of a vessel that empowers me, it's not like a body possession thing. Like in like the wording of it doesn't sound that way.
Myth, or maybe Aggie himself, but it all just felt like too much of a stretch. Outside of the myth, there's been no mention of a daughter or really anything to do with souls. But then I remembered that vessel has another meaning. It can also be referencing a ship by Agamemnon.
Yeah, then it's exactly what I thought. Cause the ship travels from place to place, and the goal somewhat is for Agamemnon to access the gate, the portal, and Lana is the one who like acts on it to make that happen. So she's a vessel in the way that she was the one to move him towards that plan, I assume.
To sail to Troy. Lana isn't going to contain Aggie's spirit. She's just the metaphorical ship that he can use to escape
I am
this
so
fortress.
smart, dude.
She's the one that opened the portal, something he couldn't have done without her. And now she's going to empower him to escape. But how? Well, in one note, he says this.
I consume the parts Lana gives me. My true form will be victorious. I just need more parts to fulfill me.
We heard from Lana's diary that the missing people had their eyes and limbs taken out. Well, this is where they went. Aggie is
Okay. The eyes and I need like a repeat of that. So the eyes and limbs are from the people in the coterie that was sacrificed. Specific those people, eyes, heart, and voice. How do you take someone's voice? Is this Little Mermaid?
That the missing people had their eyes and limbs taken out. Well, this is where they went.
No, but it's different though, because the player that was named like the I think Jisoo has her voice taken out, which isn't a body part. It's very unspecific, and I don't really see how that like works with the rest. Like it doesn't it's an outlier a bit. And like maybe you can find a common ground in which all that like parts
Aggie
make sense.
is using them to create his true form so that he can escape this dimension. On Lana's YouTube channel, a new video got posted showing security footage of Aggie and Lana sacrificing the last coterie member, Nelly. But instead of sacrificing her at a live event, Aggie unleashes a monster. We only catch glimpses of it, but it's a very tall and misshapen humanoid body covered in eyes and teeth. Aggie remarks to Lana,
Was it not what you were expecting?
No, Aggie, this is not what any of us were expected when you said you were making your true form. I was expecting the most shadified Roblox character ever, but instead you went full Vita Carnus on me. But while that reveal was confusing and a little disappointing, there was another reveal in this moment. Lana, out of nowhere, feels regret.
Nelly, I'm so sorry.
In the
okay, so we were right about her being not too far gone. Oh, okay.
She tried to kill Nelly with zero remorse, but
That's
in
not the
this
real her,
video,
though.
she's apologizing.
That's like
Later
the
on, Lana begins
doppel.
sacrificing members of the Saudade group, Horizon, a group filled with real Roblox users. But if you look around the room during the stream, you can find some strange text above the chamber door. Another Caesar cipher. And it says,
I'm so sorry. I didn't want to do this to the Horizon, but A made me do it.
This feels like a big shift in her.
Oh, that's okay. This could be another character entirely. As far as I'm concerned, this story arc hasn't ended yet currently. But A could be Agamemnon. But the problem is, wait, no. Okay, A could still very much be Agamemnon. But I feel like just saying A leaves a space for it to be someone else. We'll see.
Her personality. Until now, she's been freely killing people. Anyone that rebelled against Aggie, like the coterie, easy. But now, Aggie requires innocent people to be sacrificed. But suddenly, his hold on her began to fade. And then she released one final game, Sanagen's Gallery, which in Swedish means Gallery of Truth. As soon as you start the game, you
so
are met
many
with
like names from other, because the Agamemnon thing is Greek, the Greek myth. Now it's Swedish. I don't know if that was intentional for it to be any lore reason to that.
list of rules, but the most important rule is everything you see here is truth. Lana, the real Lana, is finally giving us her side of things. No more doppelgangers, no more lies, just her. There are a lot of photos of Lana in this gallery, but the deeper you go, you can start to find plaques next to them. Lana, the one who tells the truth, the one you should trust. Lana, the real one, the one that isn't in the chair. Vessel, you'll meet her soon. And Apple, once innocent, pure, and serene. Most of these make sense. Lana is telling us the truth here. The Lana in the livestream chairs has always been a doppelganger, and we've talked about how Lana is going to be Aggie's mean of escape, his vessel. But what is this Apple thing about? The quote about losing innocence matches the Christian symbolism for apples.
Well, I mean, she was recruited to be a cult member. I feel like that's enough, but maybe there's a double meaning here. I can see, but like, it wouldn't make sense for it to be a Christian like thing because of how like so far in the plague thing, the Agamemnon, I feel like it could be Greek.
The fruit that was eaten by Adam and Eve from
then again, the name of like this one in particular is Swedish, so maybe.
The tree of the knowledge of good and evil that made them lose their innocence. However, we've spent a bit of time looking at Greek mythology this episode, so I thought I'd have a look to see if apples had any importance there. And oh boy, do they! Specifically in the story with our good friend Aggie.
Okay, so this is it. If they mention apple and then it's mentioned in a myth with one of the names of the character,
the story began because Paris of Troy had to choose who was the fairest goddess, Hera, Athena, or Aphrodite. He ends up choosing Aphrodite. But she actually bribed
that was
him
just my choice. I guess, I don't know.
by offering him Helen of Sparta as a bride. However, she was already married to none other than Agamemnon's brother, sending the two nations to war with each other. But
well, this is Aphrodite's fault.
Forced Paris to choose between the goddesses in the first place was a golden apple that had "to the fairest one" inscribed upon it. It became known as the Apple of Discord. And if you take a look at the badges for the Fortress game, you'll find one called the Judgment of Paris.
Oh, so it is
the
very
same
heavily
name
implied.
given to the start of this Greek myth. For Lana
But what
Paris,
does it? Okay, all choices call to your heart. However, you must make a sacrifice of 2 to 10 to 1. Okay, so obviously the 3 goddesses. Rarity is impossible. There's no one that won it, at least in yesterday. But that is a 0% oddity, so I assume this is here just for, to be looked at.
The same name given to the start of this Greek myth. For Lana to be described here as an apple, it could be referencing her sowing discourse amongst the community. The real Lana having regrets and changing her mind is ruining Aggie.
But what's about once being pure and serene? Because the thing about the Apple Discord is that there wasn't a point in the story where it wasn't a thing that causes chaos. Chaos, it was mentioned. It still makes sense, but like the line about being pure and serene, I guess I could be just referencing Lana like just as a whole figuratively as, you know, once not a cult member.
Aggi's plan. But you know what? I'm
And
gonna
then
take
she
a
became no, because like okay.
bit of a swing here and say it's actually something bigger. If the apple is what caused Agamemnon to go to war and endure all that suffering in the myth, what if Lana, as the apple here, is...
But Agamemnon isn't going to war for the apple, is it? It's because of the marriage with the brother, with the thing. I mean, if you trace it back to like the root of the story, yes. But I feel like Agamemnon, like, as a thing they're trying to convey, probably wasn't doing it for the apple.
somehow responsible for Aggie being trapped in the first
Okay,
place.
okay, that was where it was going. Now that makes sense. Cause Apple causes all the bad things and stuff, the chaos that happen, and the Apple limit does kind of the exact same thing. But like my problem here is Lana is both the boat and the apple. It could still be possible, but it feels a little bit of a stretch. Like she's both a vessel that obvious for you know, being the apple causes the problem, being the vessel gonna help solve the problem for Agamemnon. I see that. It's just that when pulling like metaphorical roles from Greek myth, putting two roles into one character feels a little wrong to
Aggie
me.
clearly doesn't care for Lana.
Yeah.
He calls her a pawn in his game, someone he's okay with getting rid of once their usefulness has stopped. He even questions if she is perfect when he's making the doppelgangers. He doesn't want to use her, but he has to. And looking back through the fortress map, you can find an apple on Aggie's desk with an arrow going through it.
Oh,
he
yeah.
cannot help but telegraph his disdain for her, and yet she is completely unaware. It would also be quite a poetic narrative, having the person who is somehow responsible for getting him trapped there being the only way that he can get out. It is a bit of a leap, I'll admit, but
Yeah.
the leap from chapter 1 to 2 was also quite big, so who knows with this series. But there you have it, theorists. After 4 months of waiting, we finally have uncovered...
Dude, I want there to be an update because I know it's not over.
But the law of
Yeah.
dress to impress. The story of a girl fallen on hard times, upset with her lot in life, and sought help from a cult that promised her the world. She was swayed by the charms of its leader, who took her under his wing, using her to make doppelgangers to deceive everyone, sacrificing players to make his perfect form and free him from his prison. Or at least, that's what I think is happening right now. This game is still updated.
Dude, by the way, Agamemnon's like plan, there's so many like parts that aren't like directly like linked. Cause like at least right now, because making his perfect form like isn't a thing that like correlates to the main story of him trying to escape from the gate. And like apparently the sacrifices also are what opens the gate, but also he's trying to sacrifice Ailana to appease the whatever power to not cause the plague. There's a lot.
Eating almost daily, which is really impressive.
Yeah.
But as a little peek behind the theorist curtain, our scripts are usually written 2 to 3 weeks before you
That's
guys
fair.
ever see a video. So when a game like this is updating so often, it becomes nearly impossible to make a theory that isn't going to get debunked just days after I finish recording. Hi, Future Tom here. That is exactly what happened.
There we
There
go.
weren't as many updates as I was expecting. Seems they're mainly waiting for the Halloween update. But there was a live stream where Lana clarified one crucial detail, that we were wrong about her being the vessel. Turns
That
out
might
the
be another
vessel is
doppelganger,
actually
though.
this fleshy room that you can find hidden in the corner.
Okay. The Lana, the real one, is a vessel that empowers me. Okay. If the vessel is the maid room, is it possible that the real Lana is this and not like anyone that is actually okay? I don't think that's it, but like, okay.
Dressed to impress, that the community
I have
is
been to the
dubbed
meat room. It's pretty cool.
I mean, we only thought that Lana was this vessel because, you know, she was literally referred.
Yeah, that's what I'm confused about, because then without contradicting herself, the only possibility is that Lana is the vessel, or the person who says, yeah, Lana, like the Lana said, yeah, I'm not the vessel, she is lying again, referring to the previous live stream event where Lana was also lying because that's a doppelganger. and following the theme that like a doppelganger will lie in the best interest of the awakening, we then might conclude that she will say that I am not the vessel because she wanted to take the attention away from it to lead people further from the truth.
To As the Vessel by Aggie. But
Yeah.
okay, if this room is the vessel, what does that mean?
I don't
well,
think that's
given
the
all the references to the Trojan War, I think this meat room, this vessel, must have to be related to the famous vessel from that story, the Trojan
Horse.
Something that was able to sneak the Greeks into enemy territory and destroy it. This meat room is the vessel that will transport Aggie from the fortress into the world of Dress to Impress, into his enemy's territory, where his true form will be able to take revenge and destroy everything, just like in the myth. But don't worry, Lana isn't totally useless now. In that weird meat room, a key has also been added, one with the name Lana attached to it. So while she may not be the actual vessel, she's definitely the key to it. In Lana's latest YouTube video, she shows the Dress to Impress world, only now it's dark, red, covered in eyes, and we see another portal. I could see Lana
But the
or her
portal is not in the meat room. It's like right behind the salon desk, which like makes sense with like her character being there. It might be just metaphorical in its meaning. I am really confused about the meat room now because like it's an Easter egg, right? But like now that it has like a place in the lore, it solely depends on whether or not it will contradict itself. The doppelganger is lying, or Lana is the meat room.
Doppelganger
This is
doing
breaking me
one
apart.
final sacrifice, one that will open up the portal and allow Aggie to escape his prison through the vessel, the meat room, and then he will be able to enact his revenge and turn the world into that hell.
But like, yeah, okay, so his goal, like the person he has vengeance like to is like Lana, who trapped him in the first place. I assume, like, if we're following this like line, it's just Lana. That's like the only person that that might be like an enemy to Agamemnon currently. He just could be a crazy person want to kill people, I don't know. But seems like he's verting towards people like Gigi, like specifically Gigi. He said like, yeah, she has no use for me anymore, which doesn't sound very spiteful. Again, we don't know.
Hellscape we see in the video. The only other thing I'll note is that Lana seems to have completely lost her sense of guilt and is back to being full.
That might be another doppelganger. That's the thing though. I don't think that. Okay, it really depends on her method of communication for me.
Gung-ho about taking over Dress to Impress. Given her past changes like this, I wouldn't be at all surprised if we have another doppelganger on our hands, just
I think so
lying to us. So who knows, maybe Lana will turn out to be the vessel after all. But regardless, I think we can all agree that this game is fascinating.
I agree. And while that's said and done, I'm gonna take a quick minute, to see what we've got lying. Okay. Would you guys mind if we watch more game theory? I have videos lined up, but I want to watch more game theory. I'm kind of having fun. What do we do? FNAF. Ooh, maybe Amanda the Adventurer could be fun. But like, there's more than one video. I don't know where to start. Oh, Shipwreck 64. That one's look fun, but also wait. Okay, I found one.
The manifestation, the digital.
Canito Pet. I have not played this game. I saw MedPat play it on GT Live, and have not watched the theory video. At least not like the entire video.
I'm your new host, Tomito Pet. I can't wait to show you all the new features. I just need you to do one tiny thing for me. Hit that subscribe button. It will allow me to get the most out of all these wonderful features.
The beginning skit can run a little long, that's fine. There's a lot of effort most times.
Hello, Internet. Welcome.
Also, I'm always impressed that like most of the game theory intros have a custom logo that fits the theme of the video, which I find really cool.
To Game Theory, the show that's downloaded too many viruses in the name of content.
Okay,
Dear
can we
theorists,
talk
do you
about
remember
like
those weird
how much horror media has been sentient AI trying to take over your computer? Like, okay, the example shown earlier, Doki Doki Literature Club, Glit Trap. I'm pretty sure Kanito Pet, the one that this video is about, is also one. There's more.
weird desktop assistants we used to have back in the early 2000s?
yeah.
Like Rover or Clippy? Who am I kidding? Of course you don't. That was 24 years ago. Basically ancient history and internet
up.
years.
Shut up.
No, I'm old, aren't I?
No. Listen, I still, the desktop assistant I've never really had, but I do this, like the desktop pet I do. There was Desktop Goose I really like. I had Desktop Goose for a while, then I just forgot about. But yeah, no, it can be fun. I have ADHD, I kind of need it.
And these things were weird. They were these little animated characters that would hang out on your desktop and were designed to make your newfangled computer seem a little less intimidating. They'd talk to you, help you sort files, and they'd even sass you when you spelled something wrong. Yes, Clippy, I know Ban Ban isn't a real word. I don't like it either. Let me do my job. But the
Ban Ban is also another thing. I'm just talking about different horror media, like different popular thing now. But Ban Ban, like at first I was really like into it because it seemed like funny bad. Like, you know, it's like really like obviously bad, but like it's in a very like laughable sense where like it's fun. But then it kept going and then it wasn't fun anymore. And now I just like try to forget about it because it's not fun anymore. It's so many different things that aren't interesting.
most iconic for me was the infamous Bonzi Buddy. Once installed, a small purple gorilla would appear on your screen.
This guy like hacks your PC.
And tell jokes, sing songs, and he would also manage your downloads. And if you couldn't hear those quotation marks, by manage, I mean it would secretly download software onto your computer and then upload data to the developer's servers. Turns out, this thing was nothing more than a glorified piece of spyware. And so, it was shut down by the FTC in 2004. After that, the world was safe from purplish malware icons. That was until 2023, when we were all cursed with a brand new desktop assistant, Kanito Pet. Okay, so Kanito Pet
I know that it's meant to somewhat look kind of eerie, kind of uncanny, but also if you look at it right, like it kind of looks kind of cute. I feel like it does that pretty good, but also like it's kind of just a little bit ugly. I love axolotls. I love axolotls. It's not a real axolotl. I can call it ugly.
Desktop assistant. It's a game, hence, you know, game theory. But it is riffing off those old school 2000s desktop assistants. When you first boot up Kanito Pet, you're taken to your own desktop, or at least a version of your desktop if it was from the early 2000s. There's all the classics: email, Minesweeper, even 3D pinball.
The 3D pinball though.
Oh my god.
This brings back memories. Yes!
Oh man, immediately hit.
When like the dawn of the internet was like, you know, in like this era, like Minesweeper, 3D pinball, I was not allowed to have access to technology most of the time. So I unfortunately this does not do anything for me.
Me and the nostalgia. Oh, I've missed those sounds. Why don't we have this anymore on our computer? But when you open the internet, things start to
I'll tell you why. Because well, Minesweeper in its creation apparently was to help people, you know, get used to clicking. Because the mechanic of the game rewards you if you click the right spaces and whatnot. Because they were just introducing, you know, how like PC are nowadays, and people aren't really knowledgeable or comfortable with clicking, so Minesweeper was born.
Take it,
as far as I'm aware. Yeah.
Oh no, Kanito Pet! Oh, do you want a friend?
A funny
You're
animation.
flooded with ads, your computer crashes,
It would
and when
completely
it reloads,
overwhelm and
you're
kill
already
me.
on your way to downloading your new axolotl assistant, Kanito Pet. When it hatches, yes, this thing hatches from an egg, Kanito acts like most classic desktop assistants, asking some basic questions, helping you with your tasks, and giving you some fun games to play. He even closes weird emails full of gibberish that would distract you from having fun. How helpful. We spent
Oh,
some
that's
time
a
decorating a
cipher.
room,
I
pushing
recognize
floors,
that.
painting a wall, and dragging a dead body across the screen. That's weird.
Ooh.
I just cleaned that floor too. Kanito just sweeps sweeps us under the rug and continues to ask us more and more personal questions. But the game begins to glitch out, and Kanito will
What's
suddenly
your
select
biggest
2
fear?
Steam
Oh,
friends,
yeah,
asking
this is-
which one you'd rather kill. At this point, I'm kind of starting to miss
Oh.
Bonzi Buddy. Oh, hey, look, it's me.
Oh, I have to choose between Lee and Tom?
Film theory versus game
Oh,
theory.
film theory, game theory. Who am I
Oh,
killing
Tom
off?
gets
Matt,
slapped
what are you
here.
doing?
Lee and I go way back.
Don't you even think about it.
Sorry, Tom.
Matt,
Yeah.
stop.
I did see the playthrough, so I know that. I know that. I kind of. Oh yeah, I remember this now. I clicked on this video because I remember that Tom got shot in the game, and I was like, well, I wonder what he's gonna say about it.
That's awesome. That's such a good effect. Sorry, Tom.
Yeah, it hurts me, but it's admittedly very good.
Oh, I'm okay. I'm alive. Whew. Good thing Buckshot Roulette taught me I could survive fatal gunshots with just a defibrillator. But man, not cool. Whew. We're going to be having words when I'm done with this episode. But if you think it couldn't get any worse, after you've unceremoniously killed one of your friends, Kanito decides to dox you.
It seems like you made a mistake
Yeah, I
when
don't
filling
think so,
out
dude.
your address. But don't worry.
It doxes you,
I
doesn't
will
it?
just correct it for you.
Yep.
What are you doing? Oh, this is not good!
And then you are welcomed in
Yep.
to a brand new world that Kanito has made.
I will not be playing this game. I don't think I have my address in that section where it was trying to search, but I will not risk it. I am simply too paranoid, too scared, too much of a pussy.
you using all the questions you've answered.
Are you kidding me? That is not okay. That was
So,
a joke.
so what happened here is Kanito asked MedPad what his favorite game is. He said Garden of Banban. And then in the section where Kanito creates like a little house for you based on your like answers, he put Garden Banban on screen, and MedPad freaks out.
Get out of here. Garden of Banban is in Kanito Pet. I'm done. This is over. This series is over. We're done, Kanito Pet.
And then Kanito will ask you one final question. Will you stay in this paradise with him forever? If you say yes, Kanito will trail off, dreaming of how wonderful things will be. If you say no, Kanito will get mad, and he'll tell you it wasn't really a choice anyway. Either way, he ends up singing a very Portalesque song with lyrics like "Beyond the Screen."
I have listened to the song that Kanito sing. I love when the lonely AI like type genre of game music. I think my favorite is still Rambly Review. Genuinely god tier. I listen to that unironically. But this one is also good. It feels nice.
You cannot leave. Inside
Like
my
eerie,
code,
but nice.
you'll always be. It appears that you are now
It has a
trapped inside-
very like not the frame to pause it on to say it gives me a sense of comfort, like inside my code you'll always be. It's a line that like I don't know, it feels comforting in an odd way. But also I guess if you're another type of person, this might scare you.
inside his computer with Kanito. Fortunately, the story's not over, because just before the game ends, you have a chance to click on every object in the house that Kanito has made. Usually, it's just some fun flavor text about your choices, but outside there's a fountain that reveals a secret message in the game's window title. It's too late for you, but you can start again. The fountain is the key. Between that, the weird emails, and that body bag we dragged
This is so
earlier,
interesting.
I have a
What the
sneaking
hell?
suspicion that there's an ARG.
Guys, we might spend tonight watching game theory. I don't know. This is what we're doing today. I did not mean to like stream for this long today even. Actually, I was meant to stream yesterday, but I didn't have enough energy. I was busy writing my webcomic. But dude, this is so fun.
Hiding in this thing. And lo and behold, I was right. But to figure out what's going on and stop Kanito, we need to take that advice and restart the game. So hide your personal data, friends, because we are diving into the code of this adorable ARG monster. I think we should probably start with the dead body we dragged across the floor earlier. Like, what was that? On the surface, it's just really confusing. But now that I have my ARG hat on, I realize there's a lot of blink and you'll miss it moments. While cleaning Sam the sea and enemy's house, there's a chance
Aw,
for the
he's
screen to
kinda
cut
cute.
away and reveal a mysterious black figure standing in a pool of blood with bloody red text on the walls. This text is
What's it say?
incredibly hard to make out. Even in 4K, it's just a...
Ooh. Oh no, I don't think. Am I over? Oh, it's not over. It's even. Yeah. Am I even? Then that. There's two L's, I think. Maybe it's an H. I don't think so. Am I even? Oh, that's an I, right? Or it's a. Am I even? I'll just
a blurry mess. The
I'll
best
just
I
let
could figure
him say
out
it.
was, am I even him? Who is...
But wait. How does him Am I even? No, because there is a him doesn't make sense. It doesn't fit, right? Am I even? No, I see where it is. Like I see the I being there. That's an I for sure. But like the letters seems to be more than 3. Like no, I don't think that's what it
just
said.
a blurry mess. The best I could figure out was, am I even him? Who is him? Kinito Pet? Before I even had a chance to really think about it, though, we get another glitched image of Sam himself telling us it's all your fault. What? What's my fault? What did I do?
The dead body?
Oh, yeah. That. Luckily, though, the body bag doesn't appear to be ours. During the next minigame with Jake
Yeah, no
Jellyfish,
shit. I mean, you're dragging
we
it.
are
I
tasked
assume
with
it's
building
not.
specific items on her conveyor belt. Why she has industrial equipment in her private home is beyond me. But it doesn't really matter because she just begins to glitch out as well. And then we see
She
this.
flow.
I'm back here
She
again,
flown
aren't I?
away.
I really didn't mean for any of this.
Okay, so there's a person blaming themselves and someone blaming us, kind of. So that might be us. I'm back here again, aren't I? I really didn't mean for any of this. It's all my fault. Okay.
It's all my fault. So, there's a conversation happening inside our computer between these entities. Someone, or something, is responsible for what is presumably a murder. But how? And more importantly, why? Well, the answers lie in that email I mentioned earlier. You remember, the one that was full of gibberish that Kinito closed so that we weren't distracted. The subject line is, "It's not too late," which matches exactly with what we saw in the fountain at the end of our first playthrough. It's the same person trying to guide us, and so we need to figure out what this email says if we have any chance of solving this thing. And if you think closing an app is going to stop me, you've clearly never met a theorist. I was able to use a magical tool known as OBS to record this moment and see what the email had in store for me. Now, initially, I tried to solve the main body of the text from this email, but all my usual ciphers were coming up empty, so instead, I took a look at the bottom of the email, where I found a QR code. Oh boy, here we go. Answers, here I come! And it's just a picture of a keyboard with the title QWERTY.
Huh. So I assume QWERTY is is a hint towards the type of keyboard, which is the arrangement of QWERTY, and that somehow matters. I assume it's because that will help you decipher the message.
This has to be a clue to help us decode the email, but how? I began searching online for ciphers specifically focusing around keyboards, and that's when I found this, a keyboard shift cipher. Much like a shift cipher where your alphabet is just moved.
By the way, speaking of the shift cipher, there's a really cool game I played like quite a while ago. I don't think it was on stream. Where you have to decode like lines of dialogue because they were speaking shift ciphers, and you weren't told that. You just kind of have to figure out based on context clues what they were saying, trying to translate it, and the story will like play out very differently depending on like how much you've deciphered. It's very cool.
Up or down by however
I don't
many
remember the
letters
name.
you want. A keyboard cipher does the same thing by shifting the letters on your keyboard left, right, up, or down.
Yeah, that's why it's QWERTY,
shifts,
because
sure enough,
there's more than one keyboard arrangement. So if they give us a picture of the keyboard and not QWERTY, we might end up with like entirely a different message.
The code has been typed with every key one letter to the left. So by shifting all the letters one key right, it actually reads, "In the realm of shadows, trapped in endless time, a soul enshrouded, a spirit's mournful chime. The seeker bound to ethereal woe, a dance with creation yet nowhere to go. Limbo's realm, a cycle without end, condemned, the brain will never mend. Trapped in the machine's web, forever it seems, a digital spectre lost amidst the..."
So what I'm getting here is I'm trapped in a digital world, help me. I'm in purgatory inside a computer, help. I think I'm right.
Streams. Snaps, everybody. But really, this does kind of just feel like more gibberish, so
Yeah, it's
let's
very
break
filler.
down some of what's being said here. A spectre is a disembodied but visible spirit, basically a ghost. So,
Ooh.
digital spectre is a digital ghost, a
Yep.
spirit inside the computer program. Someone that is dead now lives on inside this machine. Is that what they meant by "am I even him"? The ghost coming to terms with their conscience?
I don't think the message is "am I even him?" Oh, is it? Oh, I don't remember how like the message looked, but it could be "am I even alive?" Potentially. because the idea of digital consciousness is that when it like knows exactly how you think, how you process things, it like can mimics your thought process, how you do things, and try to like, you know, be your consciousness. So when you die, the consciousness technically is still like existing, which is a very flimsy concept that right now it's very deep, but like I think in this context the message would make sense as am I even alive, or something to that effect, where the digital consciousness doubts itself because it knows what happened to its, you know, the whole digital consciousness thing.
Consciousness living on inside this computer. It also seems clear that this is the same person that has been saying it's all their fault, a spirit's mournful chime, and condemned the brain will never mend. They all feel like the words of someone who did something regretful, and likely that is something to do with the body bag we found earlier. But then there's this line, a dance with creation. I wasn't entirely sure what that meant until I rebooted the
It might allude to the fact that the person who wrote it is the person who created the digital consciousness in the first place. Maybe an attempt to become immortal, and then when he died, got you know, his consciousness lives on in the computer. He now has an existential crisis, stuck in limbo. I think yeah.
All those glitches. By doing so, we receive an email with an article about the creation of KinetoPet. During my first playthrough, I thought this was just flavor text, but now that I have that clue about creation, I wanted to take a look at it more closely. Turns out, KinetoPet wasn't always a computer program.
Oh, Tamagotchi!
First it was a toy, then it was a Tamagotchi clone called the Kineto Companion, and then it became your home computer assistant.
The Tamagotchi clone is way cuter.
One man,
I like that
Sonny
one better.
Chamberlain, a guy who was obsessed with bringing his fictional characters to life, because that's never gone badly for anyone. But
yeah,
here's
I
the
think
thing.
I think
Unlike most indie horror
right.
games that use the souls of others to make this happen, Sonny seems
I completely forgot about Andy's Apple Farm, but that is another one, isn't it? The digital consciousness thing. My God.
keen on this new technology called the React Respond Algorithm, the RRA. The RRA allows Kineto to have the illusion of genuine intelligence as it reacts to inputs in unique ways. Kind of like ChatGPT, but in the 90s, which explains a lot about how Kineto has been acting. So we've now got souls trapped inside a computer and an evil AI. What a combo! At this point, the clues kind of dry up, so we have to start looking elsewhere. When you started your second playthrough, you might have noticed something new on your desktop, a program called lens.exe, which, when held in the right place at the right time, can reveal hidden files on the desktop. With each one collected, you receive a new email that gives us more information about what's going on and how to beat Kineto Pet once.
They're probably gonna read it out. I'm not gonna try.
And some of the files have links inside them, so let's go hunting. I said that some of them have links, and that's because most of these files are pretty empty. But one of them does give us the link kinetopet.com/email. And on this page, we see a discussion happening between a journalist and their superior about how they need to pull an article on Kinetopet before publication. This is due to the subject of the article tragically passing away. Based on the pink text we see at the bottom of the email that says, he seems so passionate about it, it's pretty safe to assume that this is talking about Sunny, the creator of Kinetopet. As we read in the earlier article, Sunny seemed super excited about the RRA system and Kineto in general, so it would make sense for this article around Kinetopet to be about him. However, that's not all this page offers. At the bottom, if you highlight the entire page, you'll find a number of dots and dashes, and we all know what that means. It's Morse code time. In this case, the Morse code
subtitle was covering it,
translates to, if I am dead, then who am I? Again, this email is focused on Kineto's creation.
So I think it's pretty reasonable. So Sunny created the digital Kineto, tried to clone himself, got trapped, died. Is his death because of Kineto, or is it like unrelated? Because that might okay.
Creator, Sunny, being dead. So for the entity that's been guiding us to use the first person in response, it's telling us that this entity is Sunny, or at least the soul of Sunny inside the program. That's how he's been able to send us emails describing exactly how to beat Kineto, because he created it in the first place. And it's why Kineto was so keen to shut that first email when we received it. He knows the threat that Sunny, his creator, has to his own survival. It also explains what we saw in that very first glitch. Am I even him? That
So assuming that okay. So the reason Sunny wants to shut down Kanito is because based on the end credit, we are now also trapped in Kanito. So Sunny, who got trapped, created it, got trapped in the computer, knows that Kanito is trapping other people and wants to stop it, all while having an essential crisis. I got it. Yeah.
That black figure is the manifestation, the digital specter that is trying to break through the games that Kanito is putting us through. He's struggling to come to terms with reading about his death, but also not being dead at the same time. He's questioning if they're even one in the same. But by finding all those hidden files, we actually get this email that uses another shift cipher, and it tells us in no explicit terms what is consciousness. I found a file on Kanito's servers with my name, Sunny_C. But that's not the end of it. This email goes on. It has been studying me, learning, growing, but there is more to this. I really don't think I exist anymore. There is data that is incomprehensible to any one person that makes up every thought or feeling I ever had and will ever have. Even the words I type now. How will I ever know if it's just a...
The thing about this is making a very big point about how the theory of digital consciousness works. For me, like, I also think that, like, in the position of Sunny, this is very reasonable, because even though it's every thought you ever have, every decision is the same as you were to have as a living person, it is not, though. Like, the consciousness that experience all the memory that the digital entity have don't experience the world after that. That consciousness doesn't know what happens after that, so I don't, like, you get
Calculation, determined. This is all very confusing and I don't quite understand it. When I made Kanito, all I gave him was a single string of characters. That's it. I just wanted him to gather data and become smarter. Am I a part of the
Doomsday
system?
Eye.
Is my consciousness a mere calculation to study and learn from? This is all too much. I fear that when we delete the server, you will delete me? I know theoretically I'm not real, but I feel real. What have I done? I'm so sorry. Kanito Petcom, who am I? Oh boy, there's a lot to unpack here.
Yeah, it's very
let's
deep.
start with that
It's hurting
very
me,
obvious
like, in
website.
her head.
The website appears to be a bunch of black and white stripes, but we theorists know better. Highlighting the entire page
Yeah, that's
reveals
what I
the
thought.
text, who am I, what am I, repeating over and over again.
So an
Except
essential
for
crisis.
one line, which gives us a base
sorry
64 code that says, all it wants to do is learn. It's never just a game. He will learn your reaction time, learn your accuracy, learn your patterns, your friends, how they act. He will learn so much he could mimic your every move, simulate your every word. The RRA system that Kanito runs on is so good, it could literally learn to...
The timing of, like, how the world is right now and, like, this game and storyline, it feels, like, oddly surreal. Because, like, it feels eerie thinking about, like, AI being able to do so much. It could clone your consciousness. But oddly enough, a lot of people are for that. Especially a lot of rich, powerful tech billionaires, I don't know. But, like, the idea that we are heading in that direction is, like, scary because of how much power we are putting in the hands of machines. But I'm just not gonna think about it.
Be you. And that
At least,
is
like,
our missing
for a while.
piece. This is what happened to Sunny. The Sunny we've been speaking to, the one helping us, it's not the real Sunny. It's just the version of
Consciousness.
Sunny Kanito made after learning everything about him. This Sunny is so accurate to the original that he believes himself to be the original. It's only when he sees things like that email about Sunny's death that things begin to click into place for him. Asking questions like, if he's dead, then who am I? Am I even him? He's having an existential crisis.
So, like, who was the dead body again? Like, how does that happen?
He's realizing that every decision he makes, every key he types, isn't actually him, but the code he's been built upon. Unfortunately for Kanito Pet, by creating a perfect simulation of Sunny, he's also built someone with the same hatred and disdain, not just for themselves, but for Kanito, which means he's gonna act just like the real Sunny would and destroy his own creation, even if it means...
No, because, like, if the consciousness is so close that it's capable of having that existential crisis, yeah, no shit. But, like, the thing is, like, I think the motivation, the thing is, like, Sunny, like, no, not Sunny. Kanito is also pulling in other people because I assume that's what happened to us in the ending.
Sacrificing himself. Using Sunny's more straightforward emails, we learn that there's a secret place that we can decrypt the files. To get to it, we have to remember what Sunny told us. The fountain is the key. Click the fountain that's in the middle of the map a bunch of times, and it'll take you to this weird, dark area. If you take all of your encrypted files and you just dump them in the water, you'll suddenly have 5 decrypted files. The most interesting being the credentials file, which reads Sunny_C, the file that Sunny found himself earlier in this investigation. These are Sunny's permissions, and with them, we can do the one thing we've wanted to do since we got Kanito Pet stuck on our computer: remove him. The final email you get from collecting the files tells you to use the command delete all when Kanito Pet opens up the command prompt. Only then will the game ask you for your credentials. You can drop in your decrypted files and start deleting everything. Kanito Pet slowly glitches.
Okay, this Luna's words, that's it. Okay, so there is, like, I was right. Yeah, there is more
out of
people.
Existence, and we finally see the end. We finished off Kanito Pet once and for all. We won. Or did we? Because during that ending, if you stop and look at the scrolling files, you can see hundreds of usernames, hundreds of people recreated as AI versions of themselves, now living on inside Kanito's program, much like Sunny. The real versions ending up in body bags. Their deaths were Sunny's fault. Now, there is one more link hidden in those encrypted files I mentioned earlier, and it takes us to a new website with Sunny's AI wrestling with who he really is. It kept getting smarter, day by day. I suppose it only ever did what
YouTube
I
link.
asked, to learn. What even am I? And then at the top of the page, we also get that repeating mantra of, it's all my fault. But while that just repeats
Stickman.
stuff we already
That
know,
pose, oh my
underneath the
god.
text is a link to a YouTube video of a piano playing over the image of a door. The music notes don't actually tell us anything, but if you turn the notes into a MIDI file and then convert that to a text file, you'll find the message, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. In the description, there's also a string of characters that are the back half of a YouTube URL. Go to that video.
Yeah, that's
and
a
we'll find
YouTube,
two
like,
new codes.
unique ID.
The first one is in the description of the video, which is full of different clock emojis. By reading the hours of each clock as a number and then adding the numbers that are between semicolons, you get this code. Based on what we found earlier, I think this is likely supposed to be fountain is the key, but I guess there was a clock emoji that got missed. The second code is the one we see on the screen, which is much harder to decipher. Fortunately, it's also been typed into the subtitles. Clearly, we need a cipher for this, but what kind? I tried all the ones that we've been using, like the keyboard shift cipher or base 64, nothing. I tried some of my usual ones, they didn't work, and so what I was left with was the potential for a veneer cipher. But for that, we'd need a key. Wait a minute, a key.
Fountain.
Fountain is the key, and like that, bam!
Dude, this is so,
ourselves
like, clever, and it's like, if I were to genuinely want to do this myself, I would go insane. I have tried to play an ARG with my friend. It was the Happy Meat Farms. Also drove me insane. Very, very hard, but very fun. I enjoyed it to, like, yeah. I also tried Welcome Home. That was too much for me. There was a lot of things, like, between updates and stuff like that. I was just not, like, doing it that much yet.
The new code. To understand the past, one must look their memories. Turn the clocks back. And then there's this other string of code, which if you translate it using a keyboard shift cipher, tells you change the computer dates. Clearly, we've got to change the computer date, but what are the dates? I'll be honest, this part is not super scientific. From what I could find online, people were just brute forcing the answers, but I also couldn't figure out how to do it, so here are the dates because it's important for us to know. If you change the date to 1993, on your home screen, you will see a Kanito plush. If you change it to a date between 1994 and 1997, you'll get
it's
the first...
the timeline of Kanito's like creation, right? Because he was a toy, and then Tamagotchi, and
Kanito
then
companion. And if you change it to 1998, you will find a broken Kanito companion. And if you look at the window title for that image, it says time for something bigger and better. This is a timeline of Kanito products, which implies that 1998 was the end of the Kanito companion and the creation of the Kanito Pet software. We also know
it's
that
a very short period of
1999
time to. Okay. Okay, got it.
The year that Sunny died, thanks to those emails from earlier, which means there is a bit of time where the software was out in the world while Sunny was still alive. During that
that's
time,
what I'm
we
saying.
saw people dying thanks to what he created, being replaced by AI versions of themselves within Kanito's programming. That guilt weighed heavy on his conscience, and so a year after Kanito Pet's creation, he ended his own life, as shown by the dangling Sam image we sometimes
that's
get when
pretty
opening
explicit.
up the game. But remember, all these AI versions of people, they believe.
Yeah, but the thing about it is, like, as long as the death of Sunny is independent from Kanito in like, that way, the people that were cloned, like their real thing, is still out there. And like, preventing more people to be cloned, I think is a good thing. But I think the framing of it is supposed to be a more question of whether or not, killing consciousness that believes to be the real thing so good, so much that they themselves feel real. How ethical that would be. But I would say it's fine. It's pretty painless, I assume. There's a string of codes, they don't know what's happening, and then lights out. Their real version still continues to live life, and because of how the AI itself cloned you, like, and lives on inside of it, the real version that is still alive will continue to change due to experiences outside, and at some point the AI version is not the same person anymore. But that's another point entirely, but yeah.
Believe themselves to be the genuine article, just like Sunny did until his realization. And even then, he still believed himself to be very much real, which raises an interesting point. By winning the game and stopping Kanito from copying more people, are we also killing them? Is it a mercy sparing them from this glitchy 90s low poly hell, or are we ending lives that weren't all that bad? Maybe some of those consciousnesses enjoyed it. If they feel real and exist, does deleting them amount to murder? And this isn't a fictional...
It isn't a fictional argument. It's very much like a real point that makes a real like argument. I think like it's very tied into transhumanism, where you take pieces of it and then build something new entirely. Is it still the same thing and whatnot? But like, the digital consciousness, even though feel real, can whatever. It raises a point to be somewhat like this, like a problem in some way. If it keeps going again, Sunny did not enjoy it. Like, I think the point is that when you eventually figure out that truth, maybe you never will, but you are not actually the real person, it would probably, be somewhat. Also, like, Kanito World is just not very big and enjoyable. I would say it's equivalent of being trapped in an asylum. But I wouldn't know. But the experience of being in the real world is very different, and like, because those people are like still alive, we like, I wouldn't say we kill them. I say that's fine. Because being trapped in the Kanito world, it's not very appreciable. For most people, anyway.
AI technology is growing at an alarming rate, and so these kinds of discussions are starting to be brought up more and more. Now, I don't think we have the answers here. This is just a silly...
It is. The point of the lore of the game is very purposeful, and I think that's an interesting conversation to have. Okay, what's next? Can I take a gander at a film theory video? Oh, that's a year ago. I guess we'll take a visit back in MatPat. This is from Vita Carnus. Oh wait, I have seen a little bit of Vita Carnus. I feel like you should probably shoot for something entirely new. Let's see. Ooh. Let's do Let's Saw My Neighbor. That's pretty fun.
To me, like...
Okay. I'm gonna look at the lore even before playing the game. That's like the trend. Okay, here we go.
Okay, let me just see if you're on the list.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna continue watching, but I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick. I'm gonna be right back. I really should make a BRB screen, but that's not happening today. Bye-bye. Like, temporarily. I'm not saying like, okay, you know what? Okay, we're back.
Hello?
Let me in.
I didn't look when the stuff
Hello,
scared happened. I
internet.
just looked
Welcome
away
to
for a
Game
second.
Theory, the
That wasn't even intentional. I just went to grab my blanket.
show that can get you onto any list so long as you hit that subscribe button. What's up with my face? Oh, I'm just trying something new. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
gotta keep things fresh. All I have to do now is, who are you? I'm Tom, the host of Game Theory. Right, and I suppose you also have a crippling Reese's addiction. Exactly. Ha, trick question. I'm an M&M guy. Yeah.
Genuinely, I prefer Reese's. I've like never had the opportunity to have like a lot of them. I like last time I had them was like when I was a kid, but I don't like M&M. They're like the sugary outside, like it feels very weird. I don't like it. Genuinely, Reese's is better, but I can't really find them here.
Get him out of here, boys! Sorry about that. These doppelgangers are getting pretty out of control. They've been taking over my YouTube feed for weeks. Who knows how many YouTubers they're impersonating at this point. And it's all because of the indie horror sensation that is That's Not My Neighbor. Very heavily inspired by Papers, Please. That's Not My Neighbor is a game about...
I will say though, compared to Papers, Please, wait, no, I still muted. That's Not My Neighbor is more appealing to me. It's probably the aesthetic of it. Papers, Please looks a little bit, I don't know, it's hard to look at. Like, it's, in a way, you know, it feels heavy. Like, if I'm describing it, like, correctly. But, like, you know, I feel like That's Not My Neighbor is, like, goofy enough where, like, you look at it and, like, you feel lighthearted enough to enjoy, like, a lot of it.
Paperwork to keep intruders out. But instead of working for a totalitarian government, you're working as a simple apartment doorman, trying to keep these horrible monstrosities from getting in and murdering everyone inside. These creatures are known as doppelgangers, or just doppels for short, and they can take the form of anyone, though they can't seem to get everything right. Sometimes the mistake is as subtle as a wrong ID number. Other times it's more obvious. Luckily, you're not helpless against these monsters. You have the Department of Doppelganger Detection, or the DDD, to help you out. If you suspect anyone of being a doppel, you can shut the doors, sound the alarms, and they'll be right by to clean up the mess. It's a simple premise, and the character designs are fun and memorable for both the humans and the doppelgangers, which means it should come as no surprise to you that ever since this game came out, we've been receiving non-stop requests to cover it. By the way, if you have any suggestions for games to cover, please do let us know over on the Game Theorist subreddit. I'm constantly checking it to find what kind of topics you guys are interested in. But the point is, this game has been on my radar for a hot minute, and with the recent release of its new Nightmare mode, I think it's the perfect time for us to dive a little deeper into this game and figure out what's really going on in the neighborhood. Where do the doppelgangers come from? What is the DDD hiding? And why, oh why, is Afton in this game? Seriously, I don't think I'll ever know peace from FNAF. Grab your hazmat suits, theorists, because it's time for us to find the lore hiding.
I will say though, a real quick confession. Like the main exposure I got from this game was people on Twitter were making fan art of the milkman, and when I saw the fan art, when I look at like the actual character in the game, I am forever amazed by the power of people's interpretation. And when Nightmare mode came out, they know what they were doing. They made Milkman even more hot, and Twitter went wild, yada yada, we get it.
In the hallowed halls of That's Not My Neighbor. Let's start with the things that the game straight up tells us. Besides the whole doppelganger thing, we're told that this game takes place on February 9th, 1955, thanks to a calendar that you find above your desk. And that's basically all we're told. You see why it took me so long to make this video? However, even with just the date, we can start to figure out context of what's going on in the world outside of our little apartment complex. I couldn't find anything specific that happened in history on February 9th of that year, other than the fact it's a Wednesday, which I call out because the game seems to suggest that it's either a Monday or a Tuesday, depending on the type of calendar you think this is. But minor details aside, the big picture here is that 1955 was the height of the second Red Scare.
By the way, Game Theory does this a lot, where like when presented with a date time in the past, they will then pair this date with what's happening in the real world, which like it's fine, it's cool. Just like a strategy they do a lot, which it might make sense for this
The
one.
second wave of political propaganda about the risk of communism infiltrating the United States. This was especially true in 1955 because just 1 year earlier, the Soviet Union State Security Agency, otherwise known as the KGB, was formed, and espionage was a big part of their remit. That's one of the reasons why travel restrictions were instituted throughout various parts of the US to Soviet nationals from as early as, you guessed it, 1955.
Yeah.
If you
I
provided
said
enough
9 for some
ID and
reason.
paperwork to prove you were a US citizen, you'd be allowed to enter with no issue. However, if you were a Soviet, no dice. Sounds familiar, right? So, am I just saying that this is more Cold War style propaganda?
Might be,
and
I
that
don't
the
know.
Doppels are just Soviet spies that are here to ruin our way of life? No, of course not. What I am saying is that there are clear parallels between the two, and so we can take a look at some other parts of Cold War history to help build a better picture of what's going on here. For example, the latest update for the game is known as Nightmare Mode, and in it, we are essentially living through a nightmare-like version of the game. All our usual neighbors are replaced with monsters and otherworldly beings. However, from the opening
they don't show
cutscene,
the
we can
milkman. He's too hot to be classified a monster.
see that there is more to this than just having a nightmare. It tells us that the DDD know exactly what these nightmares are, and that we should go and see a psychologist because they are trained to help us deal with them. But we're never told how these sessions are supposed to help, and this is where our Cold War history comes into play. This scenario is
Alright.
identical to a technique that was used during the Cold War for soldiers who were traumatized by World War II. Military psychiatrists found that if they induced sleep using specific drugs in traumatized soldiers, they could either get them to essentially sleep off the trauma by putting them into a deep continuous sleep, and then they'd wake up calm and restored, or
I mean, the thing is, like, DDD doesn't, like, use sleep to heal. I assume it's to do the therapy to fix the nightmares. At least that's what it's advertised to.
He could induce what they called twilight sleep. Specifically, by using drugs like sodium amytal or sodium pentothal, the soldiers would get
But I'm
sleepy,
listening, I'm
and
on
as
board.
they did, they'd begin to speak openly about their trauma. This gave the therapists insight into what happened to them, and allowed those therapists to then push the patients into reliving that trauma as if it were happening right now, which would lead to a cathartic release of repressed emotions and allow the patient to move on from their trauma and readjust to civilian
Where is
life.
this going?
That is what I believe is happening in these sessions. We aren't just having nightmares because of trauma. We are actually being forced to relive the trauma by the DDD in order that we can be freed from it and go back to work as normal the next day. Or at least that's what the DDD wants us to think the result will be. See,
Second
while
layer,
they
alright.
claim it's to help us like these real-world methods, the nightmares don't end. They just go on and on and on. That's not just a game mechanic either. In the initial tape, it tells us that Henry approves of this method despite the
What?
nightmares not ending,
Then
which
why
is
you
the
keep
opposite
using
of what
it?
these sessions are supposed to do.
Oh my
or
God.
is it? While most of these real experiments were used
Sorry,
with the
I
intent to
burped.
heal soldiers
Like,
by getting
internally.
them to relive past events, if the soldiers didn't remember the event exactly, the therapist would take some creative liberties. They'd give them a made-up scenario in order to draw out the same traumatic emotional response. This turned out to be just as effective at healing repressed trauma, but it did mean that these soldiers would start to remember these new fake scenarios as if they were the real source of trauma. Basically, while trying to heal people, they accidentally figured out how to brainwash someone. And of course, the CIA took notice and began using this method within their own operations. Now, everything about the DDD screams government agency, from the logo to their instructions to the fact that they look like they're these guys straight out of Monsters Inc.
Building clear. Ready for
It does.
So, if
Also
they are-
remember, like, resembles the Lethal Company, like, character, kind of. It's the yellow suits, man.
encouraging these employees to go and use their psychologists, then I have a feeling they're not actually going to be cured, but to be brainwashed. In Nightmare Mode, our neighbors are all replaced by monsters. We've got vampires,
There we go. There it is. There it is. I mean, look, if I'm if I'm shown that out of context, I'll be like, yeah, that's just a guy. But like, Twitter has brainwashed me, I think.
horrors, and
you. That just released the same emotion, honestly. I like, honestly, FNAF. I feel like I should also do a entire stream where I react to every like game theory about FNAF, kind of. But like, the thing is, like, FNAF should have wrapped up at Pizzeria Simulator. Like, the ending where, like, you know, he gives like a nice monologue about how there's a special place in hell for whatever. That it should have ended there because it was such a perfect wrap up to what, like, everything that happened. It was like perfect for me. Like, that's where it should have ended. And when it started a new arc with Glitch Trap, with all the digital stuff, with like, oh, you know, the glam rocks, the more like new side of FNAF, it like pulls me out a lot actually. Like, I don't, the new era of FNAF is not appealing to me.
But here's the thing, in reality, our neighbors aren't monsters. They're just people. It's the doppels that are the monsters, and yet in this mode, everyone appears to be a monster. That doesn't seem like we're reliving trauma that we've seen, but instead a fabricated reality where our perception is being twisted into something else. By brainwashing us to believe everyone is a monster, we are more likely to press the big red button on our neighbors because we see everyone as a threat, and we aren't willing to risk it. But that's not what the DDD wants, right? They want to catch the doppelgangers, not your neighbors. At the beginning of the game, Henry gets called out for not being excellent at his job despite surviving. To survive, he can't let any of the doppels into the building, but to not be excellent, you also have to detain your neighbors as well as the doppels. Why would they shame him for that if they want the neighbors detained? I must just be paranoid, right? Ooh, look over here, Tom's on another one of his characters aligned to us trends. But honestly, it is games like this that are the reason I have trust issues. Because look at what happens when you finish the game. You get given your scores, which at first seem pretty normal, but notice the specific wording. Doppels captured and neighbors killed. Two different things are
I see where
happening when
Tom's
you call
going.
the DDD on a suspected doppel.
Oh, okay. So there might be a thing where like they capture the doppelganger, and then they keep improving on like the doppelganger's like ability to mimic the actual person, makes the doorman more paranoid so that he'll be more likely to actually chase out the real neighbors, and then they will then replace the doppelganger with a real person when like the doppelganger is like the best version of itself, I assume.
Despite being told they're evil and scary, if we call them on a doppel, they're captured. But if they're actually human, they aren't released. They aren't sent back home, they're killed off. It actually reminds me a lot of another piece of 1950s media, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, a sci-fi horror film that originally came out in 1956 and was based on a book that came out in 1954, perfectly straddling our main date there. The premise is that an alien species arrives in these seed-like pods that hatch and take on the identity of an already existing person. They will then go on to kill this person while they're sleeping in order to replace them. In some later adaptations, it's even revealed that high-ranking officials like police and members of the government have been replaced by these pod people, now able to push their own agenda of replacing the entire population. That seems to me like the DDD. They aren't actually trying to get rid of the doppels. They're trying to remove the humans that the doppels are impersonating in order that they can more easily enter society. That's why they convince us that all of our neighbors are monsters within those therapy sessions. If they have a paranoid, desensitized doorman that basically sends everyone to the DDD, it allows them to more easily get their hands on the original neighbors and kill them, while the doppels take their place, all disguised as an act of protection. But it's not just the doppelganger element that appears to be the same as the body snatchers, it's also the aliens. Yeah, just when you thought this thing couldn't get any more conspiratorial. When you boot up
took 9 minutes for aliens to be involved. I'm not surprised.
Nightmare mode, right at the start, we get a single frame of a DDD agent standing next to an alien. No, I'm not kidding. And this isn't even part of our nightmare. This is part of the instructional tape that's gone out to inform us about the psychology services. Aliens are officially involved in this whole thing, and they are working with the DDD to help the doppels take over. Fortunately, we're not the only ones that are suspicious of our hazmat-wearing overlords. There is someone else.
I know this one. It's a guy that hands you a flyer with like a bunch of codes on it. I do look forward to game theory decoding it because I can.
Trying to help us
I saw it once and I was like, nope,
going through and
I'm not doing
uncover
that.
the truth about what's going on. During Nightmare mode, we encountered this guy wearing a hood, and he gives us a very interesting note. It says, "Don't trust them," with the DDD logo crossed out, a code, and a website. This guy also appears to be the one who warns us about the Nightmare Clown that wants to kill us. He's wearing a mask in the base game, but if you go into the game's files, you can remove it, and his facial features seem to match our hooded character. So he's clearly got
our best interests
By the way, derpy ass face, love him.
at heart. Plus,
I already
love a good
trust
puzzle,
him
so
more than
I'm
DDD.
willing to hear him out. We go to the website and oh no.
Oh, the fact that oh whoa is the first thing said is funny too. I know it's a code, but like, oh whoa on non-newt oi.
I am rubbing peanut butter on my cock rooster.
Okay,
This might be a little more than I bargained for. We've
Wait.
only got 5 letters here.
What's,
OITN.
was wait, was Chattyfly freaking out earlier? Because there was nothing said in the chat. It wasn't my chat that was malfunctioning. Hello? What is Chattyfly on? It's still in my stream, right? Because Chatty definitely said something. Oh well, it's fine.
For you. And we somehow have to convert that not only into a 26-letter alphabet, but into usable words and sentences. However, when in doubt, I know there is always one place that I can turn to in times
Reddit.
of need. Reddit.
Yeah.
And sure enough, over on the
AMBC.
That's Not My Neighbor subreddit, Redditor Deccan had figured something out. The code
Hello, welcome to the stream.
we were given was
you
essentially
enjoy.
a set of equations. The first one was I plus t equals n, then I plus n equals w, and so going through each one like
okay.
that, they figured out that I was 1, t was 2, n was 3, w was 4, and o was 5.
So I assume you go from letters to numbers and then you convert the given like letters to numbers and then convert them back into letters that are usable words and sentences. I don't know how it's
If
gonna
we
be done.
convert that initial line of
Uh-huh.
code into their corresponding numbers, we end up with this, which they also realized
Renegade.
divided perfectly into groups of 3. Sadly, that's where their trail ran cold. But while they weren't sure what to do next, another Reddit user known as Digital Dino came in to save the day, because they realized that this is what is known as a base 5 number system. Basically,
Never
a system
heard
of
of it.
numbers that only uses 5 digits, 0 to 4. The number system we typically use is known as base 10 because all of our numbers consist of 10 digits, 0 to 9. Now, you'll notice that base 5 doesn't use the number 5, which shows up a lot in this code. So, what Digital Dino did was swap it out for the 5th digit of base 5, 0. It feels
Oh, I mean, I see where, like, okay, it's probably gonna work. Just straight O to 0 feels wrong though. Like with I to 1 though. Oh, I see it. It's because the strokes that are used in like, oh, I see it. Because I uses 1 like stroke to like T for 2 because use 2 strokes to create a 2 and wait. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm a genius. I know.
It's like
I know
messy
what's
math
happening.
and kind of flies in the face of that initial cipher. But when you look at the letters again, you can see there is a method there because they each use a set number of straight lines. I uses 1,
so
T
smart.
uses 2, N uses
Yeah.
3, W uses 4,
4.
and O uses 0.
Zero.
While I may not be super satisfied with the logical
I
step
think
there,
it
I
fits
can't
super
deny
well,
the
though.
results.
Yeah.
Once Digital Dino made that change, they converted each set of 3 numbers from base 5 to base 10. You do this by multiplying the first number by 25,
Okay,
the
this
second
Madam
by
Wolf, I
5,
can't
and
anymore.
the third by 1. Then adding them all together. That means that each group of 3 numbers becomes 1 number in our traditional number system. And wouldn't you know it, all the new numbers we get fall between 1
Oh,
and
so
26. which
1, 3. Okay, 1 group, which is 3 letters in the order message, becomes just 1 letter.
means
Got
they
it.
all can correspond with a letter of the alphabet. Once you convert the entire page
Smart,
of
I
code,
like
you
it.
end up with this. Confidential material, Trojan Horse Project, funded by the Military Department of the Government. General Director, Oswald D. Kepler. Lead researcher,
fucking
Dr.
Afton.
Afton. Year of,
Of
creation,
course.
1945. Prominent results from some experimental models. Verbal communication perfectly replicable regardless of language. Acceptable falsification capability. Determination to deceive. Physical assimilation still to be improved. Capacity to act under orders still nil. New project proposal. Evolutionary algorithm project. Massive training of experimental models. Leak detected. Emergency protocol activated. Contingency plan. Foundation
This
of
is
the
so long.
doppelganger detection
Okay.
department.
I'm
Current
following.
state of the project. Active. Promising project results. First off, of course the character named Afton is involved here. But the
Yeah.
more important details are that the
It was kind
doppelganger
of surprising, but
operation
also
wasn't
not.
meant to
Wait,
just be an invasion of
wait. What? But like, why is Afton there though? Because if you think about it, like the plan that, okay, if we chase out the neighbors to replace them with the doppelganger, apparently if Afton is the one to be involved in this project, he wouldn't be the one to get killed though, because you know, it's weird. Or is it maybe another Afton? But I don't know, it doesn't seem like that. Because if he's on it, then if we chase out the real Afton, it will still like say that he's killed. But then okay, it's fine. It's
the Body
fine.
Snatchers 2.0. It was originally designed as a military operation. The project is called Trojan Horse, and in Greek mythology, the Trojan Horse was a gift given by the Greeks to the Trojans after the Greeks had been totally destroyed in battle. The Trojans saw it as an act of surrender, and they took the new trophy into the city, only for a few Greeks to have stowed away inside the horse. And that night, they snuck out of the horse, opened the gates to the Greek army, who then destroyed the entire city and won the war. Seems like the military was going to use these doppelgangers in the same way, to infiltrate enemy lines and help them win the Cold War. And while the use of a weird alien monster thing might be a bit out there, this type of espionage where someone is disguised as someone else certainly isn't. During and after World War II, Britain's secret operations executive would employ plastic surgeons to do operations on the faces of their operatives so that they would be unrecognizable.
Okay,
and
we're
blend
getting
in
to
with
the
the
history
people
of it
around
now.
them in
Okay.
whatever part of the world they were going to be stationed in. Apparently, it was so successful that the American government would send their spies to Britain to get the same surgeries. This was all revealed by a man called James Hutchison in, get this, 1945. The
Oh,
same
so it's-
year the Trojan Horse project started in That's Not My Neighbor. Naturally, permanently disfiguring someone and having them
now
give
that
up
the
their
li-
lives
like the-
isn't
the
sort
date
of thing
lines
that
up, it
goes down
kinda-
great in the court of public opinion. So what if the government tried something else? Instead of trying to turn people into other people, why not create something that has the ability to mimic others, falsify documents, and then enter a country undetected? This is where I believe the aliens come in. Because in 1945, there was also reports of an avocado-shaped UFO crashing into Trinity Desert, New Mexico, just 5 weeks after the first atomic bomb was detonated there. Apparently, the ship was taken away by US military personnel, which would mean that they'd suddenly have access to all that alien tech, and maybe even an actual alien species that they could use as part of their new initiative for military espionage. However, clearly this idea didn't work in the long run. While things initially seemed good, this new life form wasn't really doing the whole taking orders thing. Some of them even managed to escape,
so that's
leading
why
to
they
the creation of
captured-
the DDD to try and detain them so that they could continue their experiments. But as we saw from the frame in the psychology video, it looks like the DDD has been compromised. They're working alongside the aliens body snatcher style, now eliminating the humans you detain and releasing the captured doppels back into the world to take the place of an.
But then what do we do about the appearance still though? Cause it okay.
Another unsuspecting human. Until one day, everyone, including you, is replaced by one of them. Maybe one day we'll get to peek behind their visors. And when we do, I wouldn't be surprised if we'll see a distorted version of our own face staring right back at us. But hey, that's just a theory.
Oh, I've been streaming for 3 hours and I think that's too much. I have to stop. No, but like for real, it's been fun. Cause I've been in the idea of making reaction content for a while. It's just never really something that like you know, I actually put in like their plan to you know, you get it. But it's fun. I plan on doing this another time, perhaps on the next stream, because I've been leaning more into doing freeform content where I just do whatever I want for a stream, because it's easier for people to tune into and many variety of reasons. But yeah, look forward to a future stream, and with that said, signing off. Oh my god, I almost accidentally switched to a different screen. Oh, it's fine. It happens. But yeah, I need to rest my voice and my sanity. It's been a while.